should, in theory, be able to hear me now. Can you hear me now? Sound off in the chat. You know around here, we always need a little audio help from the chat. That's tradition.
It is.
Okay, people can hear me. Okay. Then let's turn
We got an in theory we can hear you, so that's perfect.
Razorvine.
Yeah,
Don't
I remember
fuck with me,
Razorvine.
Razorvine. The music
shit.
is overwhelming. Oh, the starting soon music, right. That is now turned off. Okay. So
I remember Razorvine.
Yeah, Razorvine, who became like our MVP in more time. You can hear the other guy better than me. Okay, well, let me turn myself up.
Oh, suck it, nerd.
Okay, how's this? Is this better, you guys think? Also, let me blast off this stream here on the Discord, put out a little announcement. Where's my link?
Thank you, Razorvine. I appreciate it. Thank you, Razorvine. I appreciate it.
So, yes, as you can hear, I have brought on my podcast co-host, Austin, onto this stream, specifically because Austin is in the same boat that a large number of you guys are in, where you are now interested in Anbennar, but you know nothing about Europa Universalis 4. So having a co-host along for the ride to ask a lot of the questions that I'm sure you guys are going to want to know as well. Introduce yourself, Austin. What should they know about you? Where can they find you?
Hello, I'm Austin. I am the dedicated co-host on the SRD Bags podcast, which is the Patreon podcast. I also am on the Handful of Nerds. We are an actual play role-playing podcast that I recommend you all check out. I'm hoping that we will get more videos out relatively soon. We just had some vacations happening, and y'all know how it goes.
Yeah. And yeah, on that note, on the Handful of Nerds, I'm making kind of a guest appearance. So I will be on there for the next 2 campaigns. They're going to be running Imperium Maledictum, where I will be one of the players, and also Wraith the Oblivion, which was promised a while ago. It is going to be on there as well. Okay, let me turn on the camera.
Oh yeah, you should do that.
I should do that.
Yeah, we're doing Wraith the Oblivion First Edition, and it's looking to be fun.
Yeah,
at least our characters are interesting.
Yeah, we've now. Oh, hey, Crow, how you doing?
Oh shit, is Crow here?
Crow is here. Crow's another member of the pod, of the Handful of Nerds. And yeah, I've been promising ages ago that that we were going to do a Wraith stream. Or not a Wraith stream, a Wraith actual play group. And we're finally getting around to it. The characters are made. Yeah.
For 2 of us. And is that the legendary Zoshbox?
That is Zoshbox from his YouTube channel, Zoshbox.
And on Handful of Nerds.
The gang's all here.
You're fucking just about. Am I allowed to say the grown-up sweary words?
Long as we don't say them crazy frequent, yeah. You can say whatever words, so long as it's like, long as you space them out, you know?
Okay, so not... Yeah, Auntie Haunty is cooking up something good.
Yes, it should be really good. And thank you all for being here for today. We've got nearly 100 people, which is crazy.
Oh, that's so many people.
Okay, hang on. No, we missed a donation. Razorvine for $2 said, but it's fun to mess with you. Messing with me by donating and hiding it.
No. I already thanked him.
You already did? I missed it. Okay.
Wow. Way to go, William.
Streaming's a lot of pressure, okay? I normally just sit there in silence and just work and game.
I'm just here to give you a hard time. to question the audience about like what their favorite muffin is, to settle a debate for us.
That's true. Chat, what is the best kind of muffin? There's no correct answer, but there are many wrong answers. Chocolate, single chocolate, double chocolate, chocolate chips.
Chocolate
That's
explosion.
vague.
Like, are we mixing? Are we mixing? Like, is it a full chocolate? Oh shit!
Oh, okay. Crow has just donated.
They did.
Thank you
what are
for
my
thank you for the
character
10.
names?
This is gonna make me feel bad if people are donating so fast and we haven't even started. Another $2. Okay, hang on. Let me catch up here. You guys are bullying me at this point. So tell chat my 40k character's name. In Imperium Maledictum, I'm playing a like dock worker named Sticky, and he's great.
I am playing a character in that too that also has a name that I'm not looking it up as we're talking to buy myself more time. I'm Barbosa in that.
Yeah.
White Noise. I am not a dock worker. I'm the hired muscle / talkie guy because I'm great at talking.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if we can catch up to the chat here now. Trekkie says, I like EU4 Let's Plays and I love TTRPGs. You're home. Well, welcome home. Welcome here. We're glad to have you. This has been a ton of fun, really, so far. I didn't expect so many people to actually respond so positively to a video about Anbennar on my channel. I kind of have been... I've really wanted to make this video for a long time, and I'm just over the moon that it's going well and that people are enjoying it. Now let's catch up to this muffin thing. All right.
Yeah, the greatest muffin debate.
Someone says lemon meringue muffin. That's a rare muffin, but it is a good muffin.
I've never seen a lemon meringue muffin. I'll be honest.
Lemon poppy seed, solid choice. Some banana.
Do you like a lemon? Oh, it is almost fall, at least here in my part of the world, and it's going to be time for pumpkin spice muffins, which are pretty dope.
Okay, another five. Okay, this is going to be difficult here. Nice job on the Anbennar video. Can't wait to see you grind through the frustrations of the serpent spine. I'm no stranger to the serpent spine, so I know what I'm doing. The difficult part here will be overcoming my desire to reload and to just live with the mistakes, you know?
Yeah, which, I mean, here we are to live with the mistakes.
And the serpent spine, by the way, Austin, and for everybody else, is probably the hardest region in the entire game. It's hell inside of here.
Hell yeah. So my personal favorite muffin on the Great Muffin Debate is Raisin Bran, and I'm apparently wrong on this. I just like raisins. I like bran. It's good for you.
This is why we asked this question in the first place, was because Austin has objectively the worst taste in muffins. Chat, you all gave correct answers. So we appreciate that. Yeah, I know what I'm doing, famous last words. It's true. This could go very badly. I could get very embarrassed down here. I give myself one restart here. Okay, so before we get too far into it, oh my god, another super chat. Okay. Good afternoon from New Zealand. First-time commenter, medium-time lurker. Because of you, I picked up 3 books of the Dragonlance series at my new local op shop. Gah! Incredible! I'm so glad you're reading Dragonlance. I still have to do a proper coverage of it at some point to explain just why I love it so much and why it's so amazing. Okay. All right. Now we should stay on topic here.
Yeah, we can. I'm getting some hate for the muffins, and I don't like that.
Oh, and thank you again for that chat, by the way. I'm getting flustered now. Okay, so on my little to-do list here, because this is attached to the main video, this is kind of an addition to it. This isn't just a regular stream. I figure this is a really good point to offer some corrections. I mentioned in the video that it was highly likely due to the nature of Anbennar that there were going to be some mistakes. I'm happy to report there haven't been many. It's been pretty above board. Most of the devs have been very kind and said, we got most of it. We didn't make too many mistakes, but one mistake we did make. Anbennar's very big on keeping its lore vague in a lot of ways and up to interpretation. So the romance between Lothane and Corin is heavily hinted, super heavily hinted, but not confirmed. Everywhere it's posted, about the romance between Lothane and Corin, it's always stated to be a rumor. And I think because all of the lore is so scattered, most of the lore section was from my own memory. My own memory of just years of playing Anbennar. And at some point, I came across speculation about Lothane's kids are probably Corin's, right? And he would have had to have been carrying them away after Castaneath. And at some point, that seems to have gotten stuck in my head as that I read that in a wiki somewhere. But no, I think it was just a Discord theory. So I apologize. Corin and Lothane confirmably did not have a kid together. JS, you wrote Corin's wiki page. They were in love for sure, but could never act on it, from what we know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I'm feeling some allegedlys coming up here.
Yeah, there's a lot of allegedlys. You guys don't know that it wasn't Corin's kid. That's not confirmed. You devs, you don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. Only J Bean knows. Okay, what else? One other correction. This one's a much bigger deal. I thought that the applications to join the Anbennar team, if you wanted to write for the mod or code for the mod, I thought it was closed. It's actually not. I misunderstood what it meant for Anbennar to be in open development. I thought that just meant that all the developer chats were open, you could follow the development just as a normie. You couldn't do anything to it, but you could watch them develop it live on the Discord. But actually what it means is that they'll just put out tasks that needs doing, and you can just do them. And if you do one of them, you become a team member. They're always recruiting. It's a big collaborative writing project. It's a wonderful team, and everyone can join at any time. Regions sometimes go on lock, sometimes, which I think right now the only one that I know is locked is the Dwarovar, the Serpent Spine. That's all locked up right now, and North Aelentir. But I think everything else can be worked on. I don't know. Either way, that's going to change. It changes pretty frequently, so just keep in mind if you want to join this big collaborative writing project, just hop on in. They'll teach you how to code, teach you everything. There's instructions everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Okay, what else? Okay, yeah. So I've just gotten my little notebook here. People have kind of been talking about it already, but I'm curious, just what did everyone think of the video? Have any of you guys been able to access Anbennar now? Have you taken the plunge into Europa Universalis 4? Oh, Incia is going to need a lot of good folks and a great new team. You guys, you're really going to want to write for Incia. That's the continent that's made up entirely of Warforged and different flavors of Tarask. You can see this is the. Oh, hang on. Let me. Is it
Good
going
afternoon
yet?
from NZ, New Zealand. First time commenter, medium time lurker. BC of you. I picked up 3 books of the Dragonlance series at my new local op shop Gar.
1 second. Hang on. We seem to have an issue here.
Are we technically difficult right
We are
now?
having some technical difficulties. One moment. This
Uh,
can't be. Okay, hang on. Game capture. Properties.
well, technical difficulties. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. To distract the chat, I guess. Do you guys have a favorite? Oh God. I don't know. Warhammer faction. No. Yeah. We'll go with Warhammer faction. Particularly Warhammer Fantasy. It carries some carryovers. That's mostly what I talk about.
Aha! Okay. I fixed it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I
I'm
leave
good
you
with
to
crowd
entertain
work.
the chat for 3 seconds.
Yeah,
and it,
yeah.
it
No,
goes to Warhammer
I,
Fantasy again. This
I've
always
got-
happens, Austin.
I've got 3 things, and you told me I'm not allowed to talk about the first 2.
Okay, fine. So yeah,
So it's gonna be
Insia.
Warhammer Fantasy.
Insia, if you guys are interested in the writing team, is kind of the untouched clay right now. You can see it's empty. There's so much still to write there, to design, to like get your fangs in, start writing for it, etc., etc. Yeah, so highly recommend you join the team. Monster Picando was about to quit EU4, then discovered the mod. It's a great mod, really. It breathes so much life into this game. People are saying they like Skaven. I think
Skaven are a good choice. Is there a Skaven-esque faction in Anbennar?
I'm sorry, but there isn't. I can't even think of anyone who's kind of close to the Skaven. Yeah. It is like, as you guys can tell, and as people were saying in the comments, like the like Anbennar, it's really based first and foremost on D&D, but there's a lot of there's a lot of Warhammer fantasy in it, a lot of Lord of the Rings, a lot of various other things. People were saying they recognize some Pathfinder in here. So yeah, you can expect a lot of overlap, but I don't think there's Skaven of any sort. And as far as I know, there's not plans.
Yeah, not enough were rats. I agree.
Yeah.
Razorvine.
Yeah. Okay. So people have been playing, which is great. I'm glad to hear. Austin is also a newcomer to all of this, so Austin's going to ask lots of questions.
Or at least I'm going to try to.
Yeah, and that should help you guys decide, people who are undecided, as to if they can even tolerate Europa Universalis 4 in order to play this. Yeah, this is your little section to find out if this is for you.
Hell yeah!
Oh my God, we just got. Look how
Honestly, you sold me on you get to have a cat god.
The cat gods are great, by the way.
Honestly, yeah, I'm surprised that we're not doing the cat god.
They just got reworked recently, Keterata. So they've got a bunch of different directions they can take their faction, their religion. And I believe coming soon down here is all the storyline information for Nolakaz, which are the gnolls that intend to invade Keterata and force the Ket to make the gnolls the stewards instead. So if you want gnolls who have pet cats that are gods, Nolakaz is for you. You can do it right now, but it doesn't have mission trees or stories or anything quite yet. I'm sure it will happen soon, though. Oh goodness, team members watching here now, and Dwarovar team members. You're all gonna make fun of me here as I die repeatedly.
Don't worry, it's fine to make fun of you. From a moral and a legal standpoint, so I'm here for it.
That's true. Okay, so I think let's just get into it. I've got big circled text right here. Unfortunately, although the Dwarovar has a lovely sound that you would associate it with, some good old dwarf metal and stuff, unfortunately, overwhelmingly copywritten. So I've just got some dwarf or free copyright dwarf fortress music stuff here, and we're just gonna play that in the background. and we're just gonna. This is what we got for the stream. And what else do we have to do? Right. I've got it written down for me to remember to like the video. And this is all your chance, too, if you want to do the same as me. I'm liking the video right now. We'll just see the likes pop up all together.
Hell yeah, I'll like the video.
Fantastic. Oh my god, another super chat.
I just realized this alert is a Konosuba reference.
Of course, the alert is a Konosuba reference, because Konosuba, despite what people... Like, I don't want this to be true either, but Konosuba is definitely the best D&D anime. It's the best D&D anime. I don't want it to be true, but it is. And we all just have to live with it.
When you're right, though, you're kind of right. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Asra Expedition. Let's get into it and go from there. I think we can turn down the music a little bit. That sounds right to me.
Oh, yeah, Delicious End in Dungeon is fantastic.
Oh, you're right. Konosuba has probably been overtaken now by Dungeon Meshi. Yeah. Okay, now let's just hope the game doesn't crash. Yeah, Europa Universalis takes a long time to load. So if it crashes, we're going to be a bit. Okay, I think we're in. We're in, everybody. So, we will read all of this in a second, but for now, to kind of re-explain what happened last time, this is our homeland. We were here for thousands of years building the Serpent Spine, building the Dwarovar tunnels. But unfortunately, an elf happened and took everything from us, and he filled our homeland with orcs and goblins. Most of the orcs and goblins left, but when I say most, I mean there's still millions of orcs and goblins down here, and they're going to be a problem. We are using the distraction of the green tide to send a little expedition in. We are nearest to Kugdir, which is the last Dwarven hold that fell. And because of that, we've got a little bit of history here. And let's go through our little primer here. I think most of you guys are familiar with most of this stuff from my video. Austin, would you like to read us the recent history here?
Oh god, I will endeavor, but those are names.
Those are some names.
Those are some names, and I have had great experience with names, so make fun of me in the comments. I'm not watching. The last Dwarven holds to fall in the west was Kugdir?
Kugdir.
Yeah, Kugdir. Broken by Siegebreaker in 1424, but this was only a harbinger to the Green Tide. When Korgus
Dukinson.
Yes, thank you. All right, I'll let you do the pronunciation of
I can
names.
correct when needed.
Unified the clans and led them pouring out into the Serpentine, into Escan, later the Deepwood. But the flood of orcs and goblins out of the mountains and Korgus's defeat by Corin in 1444 meant opportunity. The long abandoned mountains were now emptier than before and ripe for reclamation. The dwarves from the exodus of Rubyhold and Silverforge, who lived amongst humanity, and the rich Azra Bank.
The Asra Bank.
Have poured funding into multiple expeditions. You are one of the many adventurers, sons and daughters of your forefathers who fled to the surface long ago, and now seek to return to the lands of your ancestors. The road ahead will not be easy. The caverns and abandoned roads of the
Dwarf Road.
The Dwarf Road are treacherous, and any maps have long since rotted away. Hundreds of thousands of goblins and orcs still remain, both wandering the mountain and organized into squatter states, and rampaging warbands of their own. The challenges will be fierce, but ahead of you lays the ultimate prize, refounding the ancient hold. Digging deeper than ever before and reestablishing Dwarven rule over the Serpent Spine. Perhaps one day, not too long from now, all Dwarov shall rise anew and greater than before. All right,
Yeah.
that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you got through it.
Hell
so,
yeah.
The long story short, we're headed on an expedition down here to reclaim a hold. I'm not turning on Great Conquerors on a live stream. That sounds like pain. So let's just start without that. So this is the second Asra expedition. I'm reading this one because it's much longer.
Good.
All of the adventurer bands in the Serpent Spine have a little starting event. I think it's all of them at this point. So this is ours because we're here with our own backstory on how we got here. The Dwarovar was rich, and everyone knew it. So when news came of the green tide being broken at Rottenstep, many dwarves were overjoyed at the idea of venturing deep into the new orc-free caves of the Serpent Spine, and making themselves a fortune. One such attempt has already been made by Fognir Asra, who in 1410 after Ash led an expedition of his own into the Dwarovar in order to recover the agate gem. The success of the expedition led to the creation of the Asra Bank, and no other dwarf was in a better position than Jarman, a leader or a member of the Asra clan and a relative of Fognir, to start an expedition of his own. This time, however, the goal would be completely different. Instead of reclaiming a single gem, they would be reclaiming the whole Serpent Spine. Assembling an adventurer band and getting the funds was no problem. There were many dwarves thinking that they were entitled to some share of their ancestors' wealth, and Asra Bank was more than happy to provide funding to their brethren. The real issue was the fact that none of these adventurers knew what was actually happening inside the caverns. Many dwarves that fled Cugdir after the hold was broken in 1424 were still alive, but even they did not know what actually awaited them deeper in the mountain. Despite all of this, the second Asra expedition was assembled, and ready to face whatever dangers were guarding their ancient homes. After entering Cugdir through its broken gates, the expedition was met by a small squatter goblin tribe. They obviously stood no chance against the sheer numbers of the dwarves, and the hold was quickly liberated. But they didn't come here for prestige or glory, they came here for riches. Now the expedition has left Cugdir and stands at the beginning of the Great Dwarovar. Morale is high, and the Asra Bank's funding allows them to stay in the caverns indefinitely. And despite the Asra Bank charters explicitly stating that profits must take precedence over prestige or any idea of dwarven glory, many in the expedition are wondering, is betraying their ancestors for personal gain worth it?
I'm going to go with no.
I mean, we are playing the banking faction, so it might be. We have a fiduciary duty to plunder. So as you can see, much like when we were playing with Korentar in the main video, we are an adventurer band, so we're a single state. We could expand pretty easily whenever we want, but and we can get into Cugdir and refound a hold and stuff, but that's not going to be super productive yet. Most productive is if we immediately start going on expeditions. And in fact, this place right beside us, this farther down portion of the Dwarovar, has an expedition target. So let's go there.
Go expedition it. Hell
yeah. So I think we're going to need to build up some troops before we can actually launch this expedition, because the expedition system is its own whole thing. And it's complicated. I'll walk you through it. And also, there's a lot of text in not only EU4, but also in Anbennar. We're not going to read every single text that comes up.
Good.
Because
I'm sure it's all
Yeah, a lot of it's like from the base game. We don't need to go into it. We're mostly going to be reading story events, and we'll kind of just skim through the rest of it. And oh, what's going on here? Everything looks good. Yeah, events. Not an event says events. The economy. Fools. And we have completed a mission.
Yay! All right.
So I'm gonna Don't worry about it. It was just a mission to find an expedition target. Oh my God! Someone has just given another.
Thanks for
thing.
all the entertainment with your videos.
Oh, thank you for watching, and I'm glad you've been enjoying them, Quantum F8. I'm just over the moon that people have been finding and liking my little channel. It's grown a lot over the last year and a half, and it's been awesome. It's really living the dream here.
It has been pretty great. You know, watching you grow and hanging out with you every once in a while to talk about
well,
it.
And it's been
pretty rad.
It's been fun. We're getting you slowly into content creation too.
I know,
You're on more and more
awful.
Podcasts.
It is terrible.
Imagine eventing. I can't imagine. That sounds like a nightmare. I thought of it once and I had a nightmare for 3 days. What do I want here?
Alright,
okay, so we don't need to read this. This is the event where they decide that Corin is a god.
Alright.
And we say, yes, she is a god.
Yeah, why not? So in this tab, we're currently picking our own deity.
Yes, we're picking our patron deity. I'm letting the game run a little bit. What do I want?
Probably the...
You know, let's be classic dwarves. Let's take Balgar the Builder.
All right. Yeah,
he was a
like
dwarf.
Building.
He was the one who built all the cool monuments for Castanor.
Hell yeah.
And so everyone said he became a god. Full RP. Yeah, he's Balgar the Builder. We're RPing down here. I am missing the fact that I don't have any like heavy metal for playing dwarves. It feels a little sad, but we'll make it work.
You can play some heavy metal in your head. I believe.
I always am.
And that's what I appreciate about you.
Okay, so we're going to open up the expedition menu here. Now, the expedition menu, this is an Anbennar thing. This is not an EU4 thing. This mechanic is wholly from the devs. We get like a choose your own adventure thing for all of these adventure targets. So this is a pretty... Actually, how tough is this? Okay, so the danger level is low, but the length is medium. Estimated loot is not very much, actually. So we don't want to overinvest in this. I always send the max manpower, which I can't do yet because I need to wait for more to be recruited. So for now, let's focus on the other stuff. Let's get some supplies. Some food, some equipment, some food. We want to get up to 100% food.
Yeah, because starving is bad for our health.
Starving's horrible for an expedition.
Just as a general rule of thumb, don't starve, gang.
Raising
or
some
don't let me
morale.
just tell you how to live your life.
This is going to be a hard expedition to make profitable, so we're just going to have to hope that we get bonus loot from events down here.
Since the total cost is 140, we're getting an estimated between 100 and
yeah.
200. So, like,
and I feel like I'm under preparing for this expedition.
yeah, there's a non-0% chance that we've lost 40 coins.
This honestly probably isn't a good gamble. I probably shouldn't even do this expedition, but you know what? We're doing this live, and if we're gonna fall flat on our face and ruin our game, we might as well do it right at the beginning.
Yeah, we might as well get it done, so that way I can go paint some miniatures or something.
Okay, and now our entire army is gone because they are on an expedition now. Goodbye. Okay, I don't want to lose 10,000 men, so I'm gonna over prepare just a little bit with a little more morale. Have a little bit more morale. Okay. And let's begin the expedition. So we're going to be getting from here until a little while from now, we're going to be getting frequent events about what's going on with our expeditionaries. We'll read out most of them.
Rad, I will. Are you guys ready for more of my fantastic reading abilities?
Why don't you take this one then?
Oh God, why are you doing this to me? With a quiet voice, the scout approaches the expedition leader. He reports out one of the Dwarovar's most common threats is just ahead, quickly making its way towards our position. An orcish warband with all the clattering weapons and bellowing cries one would expect. We should attack them before they attack us, or make defensive preparations.
What do you think?
I mean,
I know most of these events, but I don't know all of them, and I don't know which is the better option for this one, so I put it to you.
As a traditional dwarf player in Warhammer Fantasy Battles in 8th edition, the few times I've played them, dwarves move really slow.
So we want to be defensive.
We want to be defensive, right? Because orcs will outrange us. Well, we'll be able to hit us faster, but if we hold down our defensive lines, we should be able to rebuff them.
Okay.
Plus, do we have cannons?
Not yet, we don't. We'll have to invent them.
All right, we should invent cannons.
Dwarves are really good with cannons in Anbennar, but we gotta invent them first. So let's do some defense for now. So it worked. We gained some organization. We gained 200 loot. The expedition is officially profitable.
Woo! All right, I made a good call here.
Yeah, and we only lose 100 soldiers. Yes.
Brought what, 10,000 or
Castus
something?
is right. Dwarves are known for being sprinters. They're very fast.
Yes, they are deadly over short distances, but when you're talking about a large scope of the battlefield, right? You want to charge right when you're about to meet the enemy, but before then, you want to take your time.
We don't have a lot of manpower right now, so I'm going to have to pad out our forces with some mercenaries in case any goblins come wandering down the Dwarovar. As we can see, it's mostly misted right now, but we can see some glimmers of other factions. There's some other goblins around. I believe around here is where the kobolds are as well. That might be farther down. There's also some other dwarven expeditions right here.
All right. Do we like other dwarven expeditions?
Well, we like them somewhere else, not in our corner of the Dwarovar.
All right. But people are discussing their favorite D&D settings.
Why? Okay, what is my favorite D&D setting? I like a lot of them. I think it's hard to beat in my mind just how good Dark Sun is at making an artistic thematic point.
I really want to play some Dark Sun.
It's so good at what it does, at this feeling of hope, desperate hope. I don't think any other D&D setting can offer an emotion quite so strong. But I also love how Eberron kind of has these strong, tight themes as well. For me, I'm a themes guy.
Yeah, that is my hard part. I'm stuck between Eberron and Ravenloft. Ravenloft from my edgy teenage phase that I never quite got out of, and Eberron was the first setting I played in. It's one I got the most feel for, because I just really love Eberron. Something about lightning trains.
Okay, so this one here is something about orcish supplies, and we got a special option available. So you almost always, when you see a special option, you should take it.
Okay.
And we gained 75 loot. It's so profitable. This expedition's going great.
Hell yeah. We can just quit this expedition now, go home, and have a good day.
Unfortunately, we cannot do that. And now I'm really stressed about our low morale. We may lose everybody.
Oh, Razorvine is right. Midnight is really fucking rad for third party. I've never played in it.
I don't know much about it.
Yeah, so let's see if I can't remember everything about Midnight to do a super brief primer. Midnight is where, let's say, Saruman, Lord of the Rings. What if he won?
Oh, okay.
Is kind of more or less what Midnight is
not if Sauron won, but if Saruman won.
Or no, Sauron.
Yeah. Oh, Sauron. Okay, right.
Yeah. And So the Dark Lords are reigning supreme, and instead of being brave, noble heroes, because those guys get stabbed a lot.
Yeah.
Brave, noble heroes.
God, our morale is so low.
You're playing as a bunch of weirdo gorillas, triping around the land, and I think the only free place is like some dwarven mountain holds and in elven forest. But Razorvon, correct me if I am wrong, because I've not looked at it since I think Spoony talked about it from the Spoony experiment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how old I am. I still remember Spoony. I used to watch his stuff regularly when he posted it, because I'm old as shit.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like someone has claimed a hold up here. You know, in one of my test games, as Cugdeer, I played like the first 50 years just to... I was intending on putting it in the video, but then the video was so obscenely long that I decided to put the rest of it into a stream. One of the freaking adventurer factions from here just wandered into Cugdeer and wouldn't let me settle down. I had to restart. Okay. During the last days of the Dwarovar, lots of dwarves are here in the remnant areas and have been hiding in little villages. 500 dwarves are willing to join us. So let's take them. Our morale! Yeah. God, our morale!
Yeah, but we've got more dwarves.
No! We're losing morale! The serpent spine is very punishing.
We'll be fine. Hey, I believe in us and our little expedition goals.
Bulgar doesn't want us to be safe. He wants us to be strong.
Yeah. Yeah. So Spoony reference for all of those old stands here.
Oh God. I think we might still be able to pull this off, because even if our morale goes to 0, our manpower just starts rapidly deserting.
All right,
and we still have lots of manpower. Yeah.
So, and hey, we might get an event that boosts our morale, right?
I mean, maybe.
Going deeper.
That means I think this length of mission, a medium length, should have 4 floors. I think. Okay, so we just got the one more.
Through.
Oh my God! Look, 2,500 manpower just vaporized when we ran out of morale. I'm not.
Oh no.
Oh.
All right, hey, we still got this. I mean, it's early enough in the day. Yeah,
Eyes
I believe
in the dark.
in us.
Okay, all right. A lot relies on this. We've already lost another 1,000 manpower.
All right, over the past few sunless days in the deep Dwarovar, a strange gleaming eye has followed us. A seasoned beasterist?
That's what I would read it as, yeah.
Has identified the strange creature as a Nothic. A mage whose search for the arcane has led them to a terrible curse that reduced them to nothing more but a shadow. A husk of her former self. Now a guard and explorer. And a mage stand before the expedition leader to debate what should be done with it. All right. I don't
know this event.
Razorvine, at me after the show. We'll talk about Planks of Midnight.
Everybody says kill. Well, okay. No, one person says kill, burn, kill, maim. But the problem is, it's one of the devs says to do it. Do not attack. Destroy. Kiss the Nothic.
I'm just saying. When has Khorne ever led us astray?
You know what?
Kill, maim, burn.
You know what?
Maim, burn.
We're here in the Serpent Spine. Nothing is nice down here. It all must be purged with fire. We gain morale! Let's go!
Thank you, JS, for picking the correct answer.
Okay. All right. We kill it. We feel a weight lift from our minds. All right. Hopefully this little pinch of morale. This little pinch of morale might be enough. Okay. We're now out of morale, but we saved a little bit of life. We might scrabble out of this with like 200 guys left.
Oh man, I got put in the book.
You got put in the book?
Yeah,
the book of grudges.
Yeah, I got worshipping of corn, so I got put in the book. Which honestly is fair. That is a bookable offense.
Oh God! Oh God! I don't think we're getting this. I don't think we're making it.
I believe in us. Maybe something else.
They're dead. This cavern, it goes in the book.
All right.
It goes in the book.
So, which king are we talking about for the booking?
Now we spotted a what? This isn't fair. You can't give me the comet-sighted event right now, and it's extra bad in the Dwarovar. We reduced 2 stability.
Yeah, because hear me out. If we are seeing a comet while we're in a mountain hold, that is something's gone wrong somewhere.
Everything is going so wrong already. That is the worst luck I've ever had in the Serpent Spine. Okay. Let's take some money. And let's move on. We'll return to this godforsaken cavern later. Nothing here. Looks like it is a good idea for an expedition. Let's fill up with some more shield wall.
Okay, good idea for an expedition.
I'm going to increase stability a little bit here. Not too much, just a bit. Oh, guys, it's going to be one of those games. You remember at the start when I was like, oh, we should be okay. I've played lots in the Dwarovar.
Yeah, just not lots enough, I guess.
Here's the goblins.
Oh, bring it on. We can take them.
We can take some goblins. I'm down for a little war once we're done recruiting.
Everyone else want to see war?
Yeah, let's fight some goblins.
Yeah.
I'm going to make my heir a general. Yeah, those are some great general stats.
And send them off to fight for us.
Oh, and we have leveled up our military tech as well. This is the ideal time to fight some goblins. So, Austin, you already correctly identified that dwarves are real good at defending, right?
Yes.
So we're obviously not just going to run head on into these goblins. What we're going to do, we're going to declare our war. We're going to do an anti-monstrous conquest. Declared. And we're going to go, and we're going to find the safest spot in the Dwarovar we can find. That seems to be the Asra depths right here. And we're going to walk off of here, because we want them to attack our base. Because then we can defend it.
All right.
Use those Dwarven defensive powers. Oh, why is everything freezing? There we go.
Because people are still talking about midnight.
As you have noticed, the second we go anywhere off of our camp, we immediately get attacked by goblins.
Yeah.
Why aren't they attacking? Why aren't they attacking? Okay, I should attack the goblins while I outnumber them, because they're not taking the bait.
Somebody's saying use the fortress mechanic?
That's what I usually do. Okay. In this case, they were mass recruiting goblins and not attacking me, so the correct decision was to attack them while I still outnumbered them.
So, just out of curiosity, for people like me, I don't know what a fortress mechanic is.
Okay.
I assume what it is.
Yeah, so they have to put your capital under siege and anywhere that you build a castle. And when you move your forces back to attack them, see, even the goblins have to suffer in the Dwarovar getting attacked by random passerby. But so when they've got people camped on top of our base, if we attack them there, we count as the defender, which dwarves are real good at.
Right.
So that's the fort mechanic here, and that's how we're going to win most of our wars down here.
Yeah, to answer some of those questions, from what I remember, midnight is a setting where there is not a lot of hope, so you got to bring your own. I just learned something new about Midnight. The rights passed from Fantasy Flight, and it's now available in 5e if that's your jam.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm still a weirdo who kind of doesn't completely hate 3.5, so that's probably where I'd play Midnight, but that's just me.
So as you can see, we are here. We're sieging down their cavern, and I'm gonna increase the game speed a little bit.
All right, and we're sieging them down to 1, eliminate our goblin threat, 2, to steal their stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I assume that they have stuff that we can take.
Yeah, I mean, we'll steal some of their money. The biggest thing is that we're wiping them out before they can expand, which is nice. One less threat to deal with. Yeah, so this is why I brought on a friend to my stream here, is because Europa Universalis can be quite slow, so it's good to, have someone to chat with here.
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of Warhammer Fantasy. It's probably the thing I talk about most. I actually plotted a wedding around playing a bunch of Warhammer Fantasy by dragging all of my friends to a single place to do it.
So you see here we have 1. So we're going to take their lair, and we're going to take all of their money, which wasn't much money. It was 5 money, but it is our 5 money now.
Oh, that's like 5 whole monies.
And now here's the curious thing. Because we have taken their base, we now have 2 provinces, which means we can no longer migrate. Fortunately, the developers were very smart about this, and we have the ability to just purge this extra province in exchange for a bunch of loot and stuff.
Okay.
So now,
because we don't want that. We're busy. We're going out. We're a bunch of dudes.
Yep.
Oh, we're about 18k dudes going on an adventure in the woods with our best friends, and by the woods I mean the mountains.
Exactly, and goblins are in our Book of Grudges, so they don't get a pass here.
From about Warhammer Fantasy, goblins make up most of the Book of Grudges.
Exactly.
Between goblins and elves.
So this is a unique thing to the mod, is that there can be adventurers wanted postings that appear on your provinces, and then you have to basically hire adventurers to take them out through your estates. We don't have access to that yet while we're still a warband. Once we settle down, we will gain adventurer estates and stuff. Yeah, as chat is saying, as Wordna is saying, Anbennar's dwarves aren't big elf haters because they don't know that they're supposed to be.
That's fair. Most of my elf on dwarf relationship comes from Warhammer Fantasy, and I mean, there was that whole War of a Beard, which kind of set off a whole bunch of issues.
Yeah, in the Dwarovar, it was there was just this brief little war against the elves, and it was just this short little thing, and then the orcs showed up, and that was the real problem.
Yeah.
How were they to know that it was an elf who brought the orcs?
Ooh, if we're talking favorite BattleTech faction chat, I'm not super into BattleTech yet. I've started reading some of the books and I've collected the models, but I'm a Taurian Concordat kind of guy. They're now the Spear faction, and they didn't sign the Ares Protocol, so they answer most issues with nukes.
I definitely know what all of this means.
Yeah, so BattleTech, pretty rad stuff. I will not bore you or the chat. Yes, and Jade Falcon King go screw themselves.
I can accept that. Okay, I think, unfortunately, I'm not finding any other expedition targets. I'm going to go one cavern farther, and then I think we're going to have to go back to the one that's in our Book of Grudges. And then after that, I think we will probably try and start settling down Cugdir. And the reason for that is because the technology in Europa Universalis 4 works because it's very much set during an unequal time of technology, where Europe had a lot more than most other people. So various institutions will appear in the world at various years, and they'll mostly stay in Canor, in Anbennar. We're pretty far from the nearest institution for the Renaissance, so the best way that we can get the Renaissance institution is for us to go to Cugdir, and we'll develop the hell out of it. We'll renovate it and start our own Renaissance. And that is how,
and hookers.
Exactly. With ale and mines and pickaxes. And once we've done that, then our technology will get a lot cheaper.
All right, I'm here for that.
But yeah, didn't find an expedition target up here, so I think we're going to have to take the long road back to Cugdir.
I not looked at Steel Rift, but Heavy Gear Blitz is actually one I've been eyeballing for a while, mostly because it's, if I recall, that one was the one that's made in Canada, and kind of like that. Sorry, more mech talk in the chat. I like giant robots.
It's weird how my channel about like tabletop game stuff brings in tabletop people. That's so weird.
It is fascinating. I've never expected this. I thought it was all video games. I'm not gonna lie. I thought all these people talked about were video games instead of weird tabletop stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'll have to cover BattleTech at some point eventually.
I recommend it. It's really cool.
There's a lot in there, like video game wise, for us to cover.
Yes.
And some of it's kind of like interconnected to stuff we've already talked about, because Westwood was doing it for a while, and they made like Eye of the Beholder and Dragon Strike.
Yeah.
And, they've got a long history with D&D video games.
And I mean, that's how I tangentially got my first taste of BattleTech. As a child.
They thought this was an EU4 Let's Play channel. It is today. We've somehow got like 160 people watching me play a very slow video game right now. I love you guys, but yeah, this is the hard part of Anbennar. Ooh, but we've just landed on a gold province. That's nice.
Oh hell yeah! Mech Warrior 5 Clans is coming out soon, and I'm kind of hyped for it. Probably waiting until it goes on sale, but you know.
Oh, is that another video game?
Yeah, Mech Warrior 5.
Oh, sweet.
Is Clans is the next one coming out.
Gotcha.
I'm super hyped for it.
Sounds good. I used to love like mecha games when I was younger. I kind of just lost the taste for it at some point, but I could probably get it back.
The one I would recommend, and this is just because I like this type of games, is I think it was 2018's Harebrained Schemes BattleTech game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a turn-based strategy. It's a lot of fun. I like it. I will, if you want one of these days, I'll launch up a game, then you can.
We could do that sometime, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So the Anbennar devs are saying that they're all here because Anbennar doesn't get a ton of attention from content creators. And that does check out. Unfortunately, being a mod of an already kind of niche game can sometimes limit things. We get to upgrade to a new troop type. We're gonna pick the defensive ones because that's our whole strategy. But yeah, Anbennar. I mean, I think my video's already been proving 40,000 people have now watched a lore video about your mod. You're like this world you guys have built is incredible.
And I'm really looking forward to giving it a shot one of these days. But yeah, the chat is asking some questions.
Okay. What do
have
we
you
got?
played, I assume that is Ace Combat 6 yet?
Ace Combat 6? No.
I'm hoping that's what AC means in this instance.
It might
or
mean
we're talking-
Assassin's Creed.
Or it might be Assassin's Creed.
I haven't played any
don't
Assassin's
know.
Creed in a long time.
I have been known to be wrong in the past. It's a thing I do.
Armored
Ooh,
Core.
Armored Core.
No,
fuck.
no, I haven't.
Yes, Armored Core.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry, there's like 3 AC games going on. Ace Combat.
You can't
is
just
pretty
say
dope, though.
AC. That could mean
I do
anything.
recommend playing Ace Combat. It's pretty great. I enjoy it, but I like planes, so. Yeah, I would also probably. I haven't played Armored Core myself yet, but it is on my wish list. What else?
Hold on. You masterminded a wiki page for cheese? Is there a whole Anbennar cheese wiki page?
I think yeah. Can we get more information on this? Aircon, yeah. Armor class 6. Shit,
Yeah.
there is so many ACs.
Yeah, your armor class is really bad. If it's only
Yeah.
6.
Unless we're doing THACO.
In THACO, isn't 6 also bad?
I don't know. I've never played AD&D.
In THACO, like I think if you've got an armor class of 6, you're like an unarmored mage with no dexterity. I think.
That's yeah, that about tracks, I think. Oh.
You can run the mod without any DLCs. Yeah, so by the way, let's talk about that right now. Because a lot of people
Yeah.
are wondering about, is EU4 worth it to get the mod? And that is a tough one because Europa Universalis 4 is a game that's been out for 11 years and the DLCs are very bloated. And because they're so bloated, but so many of them are so important to have, the upfront cost is crazy. Like if you want to have most of the mandatory DLCs, you're looking at paying several $100s for Europa Universalis. The best policy to get it, to just get the bare minimum of what you need, is going to be to get Europa Universalis via Steam specifically. And when you get it through Steam, you can, instead of buying several $100s worth of DLCs, you can instead pay them like a subscription fee and get all of them. And it's a much better deal. You're paying like $15 or whatever it is, instead of like $200 or $300.
Yeah. So,
I mean, even if you wait for a sale, it can still be hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Because I was looking at it, the subscription in Canadian dollars. So Maple Fun Bucks is, I think it was like $10, which is honestly pretty doable, even on my shoestring budget, because Warhammer's expensive, kids.
Yeah. And I wouldn't recommend your first game is here in the Dwarovar. I mean, go nuts if that's what you want to do, but this is the hardcore part.
Spearhead brings up a good point. Is if you know somebody with all the DLCs, do some multiplayer with them.
Yep, and there's some good multiplayer focused tags of Anbennar. Actually, Kugdir's one of them. The Asra expedition that we're doing right now, they're one of the good co-op tags. Because once we get our proper tree and everything, there's another dwarf faction of adventurers called the Iron Hammers out here, and we become their best friend, and we help each other out. So they're very it's a very good co-op tag. There's also Istralor and Moonhaven are co-op tags, Grombar and Korintar as well, I believe. It's pretty good. There's a lot of fun ways to play together.
And I remember somebody saying that they got the game for free on Epic Games, which I'm in that same boat too. What
Yeah.
I would recommend is on the Anbennar Steam page, they did list which DLCs you need to actually run Anbennar, plus some of the ones that they recommend. So I would add those ones to your wish list if that's how you want to go about it on Epic Games.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, but don't let me tell you how to live your best life.
Yeah. What would you guys say is probably like if someone's not played Europa Universalis at all, and they just got into Anbennar and they didn't want to play the base game, they just wanted to hop straight into the mod, what do you think is the best tag for learning? I mean, a lot of people are saying that the playing within the Empire's tricky. I learned how to play EU4 through Brandenburg. So for me, I say play Vern. I say play Vern.
Yeah, JS, who seems, if I recall, is our go-to guy, it said Vern as well.
Yeah, Vern, perfect. People are
Now-
saying Venail. You want someone to go through Ted Muscular? You say you want people to go through the Rion Visa on their first run? That's crazy.
Oh, Jesus, Brandon. Yeah.
The red scale kobolds are great. You can trust me. Yeah, it definitely won't ruin your life. It's definitely not even harder than what we're doing right now.
But he is the community rep, so we should just trust him implicitly. Can you run the game without mods? I think that was asked earlier, but I don't know. JS, can we run the mod without without DLCs?
Oh,
yeah, can we?
It can. It's missing a lot of features. I think the adventures in particular, I don't think they work without DLCs.
Okay.
Okay, we're almost back to our awful expedition area that is unprofitable, but we're gonna do it. We finally got our stability back up.
All right, now can we invest in more alcohol to boost our morale before going in?
Yes, this time I'm not going to be stingy. I was pretty worried that we were going to have an unprofitable expedition. And in fact, we did have an unprofitable expedition because we did not finish the expedition. So
yes,
this time we're just going to we're going to just let the events give us all of our loot.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's still early enough in the day. If we die, we can start somewhere new.
No.
Do that.
No.
All right. Well, we can't do that. I tried, gang.
Okay. So, 10,000 people get in the mines. 10,000 dwarves. They yearn for the mines.
Yes, 10,000 dwarves do yearn for the mines.
Okay, the expedition is totally changed. It's a long expedition now.
Yeah, that's
and
because
the
we're
loot
crawling
is much
over
better.
our dead.
Yeah.
We are crawling over our dead.
Okay,
we made
you're
an
right.
Extra hole in the ground.
Okay, so this time we're gonna properly stock this expedition up with everything it needs. So we're gonna purchase some love for the expedition. We're gonna buy them so many prostitutes before we start.
And I assume because this is a Christian music YouTube channel, by love we mean consensual handholding, right? Is that a joke that's lost here? No, maybe.
Maybe. We're gonna make a bunch of maps, and this is really expensive, but we want lots of organization to make an expedition like this go. We need supplies.
We do need supplies.
So much food.
Yeah, we need 100% food.
100% food. Raising some morale. Oh wait, no, we already did that. We're going to set the party's share of the loot. We're going to give them, and the bigger their share of the loot, the less morale damage they're going to take over time. So for a long expedition, we want to give them a pretty good portion of the loot. I'm feeling generous. Let's give them 300 crowns worth of the loot.
All right, that's fair. And hey, if everything comes up Millhouse, you'll be making a tidy profit.
Hold on. I can send mercenary manpower down for expeditions. How do I do that? How does that work? Okay, I think we're starting here. It's gonna go better this time.
Oh shit, that's right. Hand holding is the depth of degeneracy. I forgot. I'm the worst. I will.
JS won't tell.
Thank you, JS. At least somebody won't rat me out. I will never suggest showing ankles. That is oof.
Ooh, okay, we got another.
Been binging your videos.
We got two.
Oh my god.
As someone who
a
doesn't
double.
care much about tabletops, besides WoD, I find your coverage highly engaging and on tier with Magic
So
and some
Sean,
of the best history
been making your
documentaries.
videos as someone who doesn't care much about
The text-to-speech is reading it. You don't have to worry about it.
Question
I
in
can't-
general,
I can't
how
hear
is
this.
different from Crusader Kings?
You
Okay.
assume I listen to you besides this?
All right, let's start with Sean J. Thank you so much for the donation. You've been binging the videos and you don't like tabletop usually, but you find the coverage engaging. Yeah, so that's kind of what I try to do with my channel is I try and appeal a lot to video game people and teach them all the stuff about the tabletop hobby that they wouldn't otherwise get to find out or engage with. So yeah, you're absolutely in good company here. Glad I'm getting to show you some of the stuff that you wouldn't normally get to engage with. And Lokehouse, it's you again. You're asking an EU4 question. I'm also not familiar with that currency you're using, so you're just sending me large numbers of something. 50. That could be a lot. That could be very little. I don't know, but thank you for 50 of them. And you're asking a question about how EU4 is different from Crusader Kings. So, Europa Universalis as a series is more on like the national scale. You're controlling a country. It's not very character focused. Whereas Crusader Kings is about it's about like feudalism, where the individual characters are all very important. So you play as a character and you have a kingdom, but it's like kind of secondary in a sense to all of the RPG character stuff that you've got going on as you're interacting with other characters and the feudal system. And if you want to hold a kingdom together, you need all of your vassals to be your friends. So it's quite cool like that. So they are very different in a lot of ways. Okay. Our ancestors are going to give us some loot and morale. Let's continue with the expedition.
Yeah, so
We are going even deeper. We should delve even more greedily.
yes, that has never gone wrong for dwarves ever.
Of course. It always goes well. All right. I don't want to jinx it by saying it's going better, but it is going definitively a little bit better.
It's going less worse right now.
Oh. A cave collapsed and killed 500 soldiers. All right, I should just shut my mouth. I should shut my mouth.
You probably should, but
That the Dwarovar just fired a warning shot. Okay, I'm not gonna. This is terrible.
yes, be a proper dwarf and grumble about it.
You're right. Oh, also I should recruit some more troops.
Probably.
Going even deeper. So the benefits to these, by the way, is number one, we can like discover even bigger expedition sites, but we can also get a ton of loot.
Ooh, cobwebs.
Cobwebs. Only one choice.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh no, that's never a good thing.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, we have we've lost some more soldiers, lost some more morale.
to quote a podcast I enjoy, going camping with 9,000 of your best friends is probably not a great idea.
No, yeah, it's a bad idea. Camping in a cave system swarming with monsters with 10,000 of your friends.
Yeah, not a great idea. But if you know, you know.
Okay, webs on the walls. Let's read this one out. The first thing the scouts noticed were the nets. Sticky patches of glistening white strings started lining the halls left and right. The strings vibrate when they touch anything, sending waves deeper into the dark. There was no denying. A nest of spiders must be near, and big ones from the look of it. And deep in its heart, there might be treasures they have taken there, cocooned into their slippery silk. A small force could retrieve such trinkets and scout ahead, looking for a way through. On the other hand, there is a small crevice that might lead around the whole affair. Now, fortunately, if I'm remembering correctly, there is a right choice here. If we don't take any dangers and we slip away, we just get ambushed by spiders. Whereas if we send some scouts, we still have to fight some spiders, but we get some loot. So let's do that. Oh, we didn't have to kill any spiders. We just got some loot and some morale.
All right, well, I mean, we need more morale.
We always need more morale. I think the thing we're lacking this run, we're the lowest on supplies.
Well, I mean, how far are we into? How many levels are into this?
We're 2.5. I think this one should have 6 floors.
Oh, our supplies should hold out.
Yeah.
As long as they're not counting
any.
the trick back.
We've finished 3 floors now. So we're
Hell
halfway.
yeah.
We're okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't say
fine.
that. I didn't say we're okay.
Hey, hear me out. We're at 69 supplies, so
Nice. Yeah, how's it going? It's going nice.
Nice. I wouldn't say that we're the Fire Fest level here, but we're not great.
Yeah, we're yeah. Yeah, it is. No, Austin's wrong. It is the Fire Fest of dwarves.
Yeah, but there's housing, isn't there?
We brought over all of these dwarfluencers here to experience the festival.
Oh God, you said dwarfluencers, and I'm mad now.
It's hot dwarf summer, okay? Okay.
Man, I do love hot dwarf summer.
Every summer as a dwarf is hot dwarf summer because the beards are just pretty warm, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, as a guy who's about 80% beard at any given time, I understand.
Plus, can you even imagine a dwarf in shorts? They don't do that.
All beards, no clothes. I mean,
Exactly.
JS is right.
Yeah, all beards, no clothes. Yeah, they just weave it to look like shirts.
Yep.
I think we don't have too much farther to go. Look at us.
Yeah, we're making some profit here.
Yeah, we've made a profit. It may not end up being a big profit, but we profited. We have
and we, more importantly, not everybody tragically died at the end.
we avenged the last expedition.
We didn't lose 10,000 of our friends.
So true. Ooh. You know what? We can take a risk. We're pretty far in. We could maybe get some loot. Oh, we just got supplies.
10% more supplies, though.
Yeah.
You were worried about our supplies, so...
I was. I'm less worried about our supplies now.
Yeah, because we just killed some livestock and ate them for food.
Mm-hmm. We should hopefully get a little bit more loot while we're here. Ooh. Willing to trade. Trade sounds more profitable. I don't need recruits right now. What? Shit. No! Damn it! That wasn't the choice. I'm giving up loot.
Well...
This was a mistake. Ugh. Well, still barely profitable, but we avenged the last expedition. That's what's important. Okay, well, you know. Well, now we can go to Cugdir anyway, and we can start building our hold. We can recover our hold and begin building up our empire. Oh, I noticed that the other Dwarven faction around here has disappeared, and there's only this green tag. I don't remember who the green tag is, though.
Probably nothing good.
Probably, yeah. Some form of monster that we don't want to deal with down here.
Solid money on goblins. I'm going with goblins.
Goblins could be orcs. I don't think that's the kobolds. The kobolds are a different color.
Yeah, I mean JS is telling us not to worry about it, so I'm gonna trust them on this instance and not worry about it.
Yeah. Dwarts. Dwarf shorts. Dwarts. Incredible. Oh, speaking of dwarf ladies with beards, I know I'm the one Rings of Power fan in the world, but the dwarf lady, they did like a really good dwarf beard there, where it was like kind of the mutton choppy scruff. It was very suiting for her, actually.
Yeah, I still actually haven't watched Rings of Power, mostly because I don't have the streaming service anymore.
That's fair. I love Rings of Power. I'm such a big fan. I'm so excited for it to come back on. It's a problem for me. My entire Twitter account just becomes a Rings of Power account whenever it's on.
Yeah, but I mean, again, you're the literal one fan, so they make it just for you. So I get that.
Exactly. I'm the one fan.
To rule them all.
Okay, so here we are. We are in Cugdir, but this hold, very broken still. Not doing well.
Yeah, but Amazon is the problem.
Amazon is the problem, but it's also the only reason that I have faith that this show will reach its natural conclusion, and it's not going to get canceled. Specifically because, in this case, we have the benefit of Jeff Bezos' son being a huge Lord of the Rings fan. And he has told Jeff Bezos that Dad, you can't fuck this up. Which means that Jeff Bezos will actively have to make his family mad at him if he cancels the show.
Which, I mean...
So we are going to get all the seasons. And they're all going to be well-funded. That's what I can promise.
I'm still hoping that we get some news for the Warhammer stuff, but that's just me.
Yeah, so we're going to repair this hold. Yeah, the Warhammer 40k stuff should be coming reasonably soon.
So we are waiting for them to come to an agreement.
Yeah,
between Amazon and Games Workshop, which they haven't yet. They've got until December before we get anything for sure. But with that being said, I'm still hopeful.
Yeah.
And I also, they recently announced the guys who did Love, Death plus Robots are doing a video game short.
Oh, cool.
A bunch of them for a bunch of different video games. And because Space Marine 2 is coming out, they are getting a Space Marine 2 short, and it should be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love Death and Robots, and I mean, not all the stories hit me quite, like, and some of them were just not my deal, but yeah, Secret Level, the anthology, so is what it's called. Thank you. So I'm just looking forward to that because it'll at least look beautiful.
Absolutely.
And that's why I keep following Warhammer community between that and, weird nerd stuff.
Someone asked what game this is. This is Europa Universalis 4, but this is a mod for Europa Universalis 4. This is Anbennar, the D&D-esque fantasy mod. I just put out a big video on it, and it's a lovely setting. JS is going to bed. We've got our first serpent spine victim.
All right, well, thank you for coming out. You have a fantastic night.
Yeah, thank you for thanks for coming out. We appreciate that all the devs have come out for the stream. This has been awesome.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say all the devs. There's literally hundreds of you, but some of you have showed up.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The best ones.
The best ones, of course.
Don't tell the rest of them that I said that. And is that Mayu I see in the chats?
Yes. Of the Warhammer community gang who is rising up.
Yeah. Oh, I am human Warhammer community website. I've been human. I'll bet as human as I get. Because I multitask.
Soon the hold will be repaired and we can do more things.
Yeah.
Ooh, I see orcs or something is expanding beyond the mountains. Who is blue out there? What the hell? It can't be Vrorin March. These words mean nothing to a lot of you, but I don't know who's just outside of here. I have to make sure that they don't steal our tunnels.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking of which, I can start colonizing these tunnels. Now that we are in our final location. Oh, you think it's the Mithril Arms cartel? That's why they're no longer here. That makes sense, because they've left the Serpent Spine. Ridiculous. What kind of dwarf willingly leaves the Dwarovar?
One of them weird surface dwarfs.
Exactly. We don't like them. Let's complete some missions. The missions, don't worry about them too much until we reform.
All right.
Oh, the captain is dead. A new captain. A new captain has arrived. Ooh. And our new heir, our new second in command, is a girl dwarf. With the beard. And her name shall be Etta. That's a strong name.
Hell yeah. That is a strong name.
And she's apparently not so good at the talking, but that's fine. We didn't. We don't need to be talky dwarves.
That speaks to me personally as somebody who's pretty bad at talking.
And we will once again devote ourselves to Bulgar. Okay, Kugdir is back, baby. We've restored it. It's fully working. Now it's time to start renovating it, developing the hell out of it, and then we will begin our Dwarven Renaissance. So I'm just spending a whole bunch of my ruler mana on expanding my hold. And eventually it will tell me that I have spent enough money or enough stuff here for the Renaissance to appear. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. So Renaissance has appeared, which is pretty rad.
Yep. And because we have reached development 40, Anbennar has a bunch of mechanics for these dwarven holds, because we build our holds hyper deep, whereas everywhere else, like, they're building like big civilizations. We basically have the dwarven holds, and we've got only a couple of them, but they've got so much development in them, and then everything else is just like railroads and barren caverns where no one lives. So we've got a bunch of mechanics for it, so we're going to dig even deeper.
We're going to dig a hole,
Yeah.
which, I personally love digging holes.
We dig greedily, we dig deep, and it's going great for us. Thanks for asking. So now we can
Hell yeah.
embrace the Renaissance, and now tech is significantly cheaper for us.
Right.
And we'll have to do that a couple more times throughout the game.
Yeah, to build up our nice little nation before...
Yes,
the holds are like Hive Cities in 40k, yeah.
Yeah.
And JS, weren't you going to bed? I had to send you to bed. It's not the first time I've had to do this, and it won't be the last.
You don't have to go to bed without dinner, though.
Yeah.
You can have dinner.
Of course, I'm not a tyrant.
He is a bit of a tyrant.
You should hear me try to organize people to play TTRPGs. I am a tyrant.
If it comes to gathering up people to play a TTRPG, you have to be a tyrant.
Yeah, again, I try not to be a tyrant. It's why I'm a terrible mod. But oh boy, howdy. Yeah, I have to yell at people to get them to come together.
Oh, you're right. It's 3 a.m. He's long since had dinner. Well, he can have his dark lunch. He can have dark lunch.
Yes, dark lunch. With dinner and without socks? Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to wear socks to bed. That's just weird, but that's just me.
I'm not going to be triggering the Horde curse for a long time, JS. Also, most likely this is going to go into 2 streams because you know how it is. It's a long game. Horde curse is almost certainly going to happen in the second stream.
Hell yeah! Let him dream. Don't let them dream.
We're trying to let you dream. You're the one who's stepping in the way of your own dreaming and sleeping.
But they do have microwave pizzas, which... No, I got a question. All right, when we're talking microwave pizza, what kind of microwave pizza are we talking about? Is it like an actual miniature pizza that you microwave, or are we talking like a Hot Pocket? Because I haven't had a microwave pizza in forever, and I kind of miss it.
A microwave pizza. That's...
Yeah. A little open face one. They're tiny.
I've had some pretty good ones, but I've also much more often had some much worse ones.
Oh yeah, the giant tiger ones were pretty terrible, but they were dirt cheap, so I liked them.
Yep.
Costco had one, and I don't know if it was a Kirkland brand or if it was just the only place you can get one.
Mm-hmm.
That was like probably my favorite, but you also paid for it.
Oh, they're in my damn cave.
Ooh, I'm also playing Wrath of the Righteous, but not while I'm doing this.
Separately.
Separately, I'm doing Wrath of the Righteous separately, away from this. I've been doing an Azada build, so that's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. It was the Mithril Arms cartel.
Hell yeah! Are they jerks?
I mean, they're occupying my cave, so yes.
Oh, so we are invading them.
Oh yeah, not for a bit, but yeah, for sure we are.
Oh hell yeah! I'm doing for my Azada run myself. I'm doing a dual wield mutation warrior that has been a lot of fun.
At this point, I just need to review Wrath of the Righteous on my channel because it's the only way I am ever going to be able to finish a game that long is if I for professional reasons if I have to force myself. I love it so much, but I burn out in like Act 2.
I honestly I get that. Act 3 is probably my favorite act, and maybe a bit of Act 5. Act 4 I found kind of dragged for me.
Yeah.
But I won't say what that is for your sake.
Rerollitis is a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, because the amount of times I've wanted to stop to say, "Hey, I should just play this evil necromancer guy."
Mm-hmm.
Because who doesn't like Evo necromancers? Because he could be a lich, even though being a necromancer and a lich is probably one of the worst combinations, because the lich is really strong in inglorious melee combat.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, man.
Yup. Do a speed run.
That would be an option. But would you really be able, like, you morally do a speed run for...
Morally, not a chance.
Okay, yeah, for the channel, because you like digging into all the weird things.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, I'd also be like, what am I gonna... Is my gameplay section where I summarize, like, what we've done with the plot, is that gonna be, like, a 2-hour section in that video?
You would think that being a necromancer would be required, but no. From what I remember from the couple of times I got a little bit into it, they just get a lot of buffs because of them being not alive anymore to melee, so if they don't have to worry about their con, I think it's just into their charisma, so you can fine-tune just a couple of stats instead of a whole array. Well, yeah, like,
holy shit, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go over the force limit, you guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not gonna go that far over it, though. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit over the force limit.
What else?
Don't mind me killing goblins that are all over everywhere.
Oh,
They're all rising up.
I do wish Summoner was viable for Wrath of the Righteous, because I like the concept of summoners, but I've never really been able to do that. Yes, I remember Will was telling me about that, and that is probably my first playthrough with this game. Is I want to be a lich.
Yeah, play as either Dak the Goblin Lich, but in which case you'll be in the Serpent Spine, so maybe don't do that. Or play as the Order of the Iron Scepter and power Escan through Necronomics.
Yeah, which is probably up my alley, because from what I've gathered, there is still no I get to play as the tree faction.
That's true.
Which I'm hoping in the future there might be a tree. I might be able to play as oh god, I can't remember his name, but the named ant from Warhammer Fantasy.
I have no idea.
Durthu, yeah. My immediate reaction is to call him Tree Hitler, because he kind of just declares war on everybody. You have nothing to do with him. You are on the other side of a Warhammer fantasy world, and he's just like, all right, I'm going to declare war on you. I hate you.
He needs to grow his forest.
Yeah. And I mean, the Branch Krieg.
The Branch Krieg.
Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, so Dorthu is pretty rad. He is just a giant tree filled by hate and rage because dwarves stabbed them in the chest.
Forging documents. Yep. Let's do it. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of holding out and waiting for the next bit here. but we're on fast forward, and soon we will be growing large enough that we can fight some wars.
All right, and then invade the rest of the road to take
Yes.
it for ourselves.
Exactly, we must go down the Dwarovar.
I also did see that I could play as vampires, which is also pretty up there.
Corvuria is one of my favorites as well. I love
Yeah.
Corvuria. Oh, there is an adventurer vampire as well. I haven't played him yet, though. And he's, like, on a quest to find the first vampire.
Yeah, the jungle hive mind. Will was telling me about them earlier, and once I get more content, I'd be down. Because jungle hive minds is surprisingly up my weird alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's a niche for very few, and you're one of them.
Yeah. Somebody made this for me, and I'm happy.
Yes, and people are saying necromancy is objectively evil in this setting. Yes, and that's kind of the funny thing about the Necronomics faction is because, like, they build this lovely, like, almost socialist utopia of, like all of the work is done by the dead while the living are free to, like, you know, have these lovely, happy lives of arts and cultures and everything. And just live in this wonderful welfare state. And all that's needed to live there is to, like, trade away your body when you're dead. But it turns out that it's eternal torment and suffering when you're raised as an undead. So they don't advertise that part in their lovely undead state.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't want to lead with that, but for Private Hopscotch, Will did touch a bit on the dwarves in the video he released a few days ago, so you might have saw it from there. I mean, I would love to live somewhere where I don't have to do any actual work because the dead do it for me.
Exactly. See, and at one point, actually, I was so inspired by that faction, Esthil, they're called. I was so inspired by them that Austin and I played a D&D campaign where I basically played a necromancer inspired by Esthil. He was just like a necromancer businessman who's like, ah, yes, I'm going to put the dead to work, and we'll all live on the dividends.
Yeah, which, I mean, I'm here for. But, I mean, eternal soul never finding rest. It sounds like future me problem, not current me problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, plus, eternal work? Not likely. Your body's going to eventually degrade and be destroyed, even if it's a zombie.
No, that is a good point that somebody made. Undead Town would be smelly. Now, this depends if we're talking about zombies or skeletons.
I think that's, like, in the story, is that one of the things is, like, they try and solve the smell issue.
Okay, because, I mean, the opening move that I would think of is you just shove them full of really strong smelling spices and herbs.
Oh, no, I remember we dealt with this in our D&D campaign where I was playing the Necromancer. I just started, like, salting all my zombies.
Yeah.
I just, like, forced them to, like, roll around in a vat of salt for, like, 24 hours.
Yeah, because, I mean, from the create water spell, you can make salt water, and what you gotta do is you gotta suck all the salt out of that real quick, and you know, then wrap that around. And, necromancy in Eberron isn't inherently evil. They had the island there that was full of elves. Arenio? I think that was what it was. It's been a long time since I looked at them. Who were, like, positive energy undead who are really cool.
Got it. Once I've caught up on tech, I think I'm going to develop the hold even farther.
Hell yeah.
Why
With
wouldn't
cannons
I?
and shit, right?
Yes. When we're getting pretty close to cannon tech.
I don't think that the Dragon Mark of Death are still around anymore. Weren't those the ones that got like exterminated?
I don't remember.
I don't have my rule book handy, so I am not going to look it up.
Ugh.
One survived the Vol. Okay.
Guys, I am struggling. Here's something I haven't told you guys for this stream. So, every now and then, I'm on this like 3-year cycle where like I gain a bunch of weight and then I lose it. Right now I'm on the high swing of weight. And I figure, maybe this time around, now that I'm trying to lose it, I'm gonna do some intermittent fasting. And specifically what I heard is it works best if you do like an entire day without or like while fasted. But if you're gonna do that, you should do dirty fasting, which is like you just eat like the tiniest little bit. And today's my first day of doing it. And oh my god, I am so hungry. I am beyond hungry. You know what I've had today? For my little dirty fasting, I've had like 400 calories worth of food. And it's rough. I had like 2 eggs and a little bit of prosciutto.
That does not sound good. Will, for you, I will eat some pizza for you later.
No, save it for me.
I'm
save
just
it
going
for
to
me.
eat it for you, and I will send you a very, very long, exaggerated text message on how good it tasted.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the type of friend I am.
Yeah.
Not like a good one, but like the opposite.
No,
of
I
a
get
good
it.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a bastard.
Yeah. But anyway, so the reason that I'm trying this is like, intermittent fasting's been like around for a bit. People have been talking about it. But like the thing, like I always thought that it was effective for people because when you do it, it means you finally have to pay attention to your diet. And like a lot of the times when people finally have to pay attention to what they're eating, like when they go vegetarian or go vegan, they lose a lot of weight because now they actually have to pay attention to what they're eating. But apparently that's not the big thing with intermittent fasting, is that like it actually like does something with your insulin levels. So I'm trying it for 2 weeks and seeing how it goes. Right. So I'm doing like 1 day of fasting, 1 day of eating regularly, and we'll see how I'm feeling at the end of that 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've never done the whole fasting thing, but
it hasn't been so bad. I've been kind of oscillating between feeling horrible and feeling great all day.
I might give it a shot. I'm trying to lose some weight, so doing some basic stuff because of the health issues, right?
Oh yeah, now chat's just flexing all the food they're eating.
Hell yeah! Oh, salmon and garlic.
Look at you, food eaters in the chat.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
That does sound pretty great.
Garlic butter, like. See, I was looking at this pizza place I used to go to in New Brunswick. Apparently, they have a butter garlic flavored crust on these pizza, and it sounds so good.
Yeah,
to the point where.
By the way, congrats, Cameron. That's 70 pounds. That's a lot to lose. Like when I do my little when I do my little 3-year weight cycle, I'm usually like gaining and losing the same 30, and losing 30 is a pain in the ass. 70, well done, bud.
We're gonna give you a round of applause here.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's go. We did it, everybody.
Fuck yeah, bud. Yeah, I need to start losing some weight myself.
Well, I'll let you know if this fasting for insulin thing works. I did research some I did research some scholarly articles on it, but of course I'm not hyper educated on that, so they seem to check out, but I might be reading them wrong.
Yeah, I myself, I gotta start walking.
Walking's
Uh,
good for you.
Yeah, it's just because I have long COVID for the chat. I'm
Yeah.
suffering from some side effects from that, and it's hard to do a whole lot of stuff. But I figured doing something is better than doing nothing. So
Exactly. And walk when you're feeling the symptoms aren't so bad, and don't walk when you're not.
Exactly. What I've been doing is I've been taking laps around my kitchen.
That's not so bad. You got to start somewhere.
All right, because one of the things I was reading, if I can get to that walking for about a half hour, or an episode of an anime that I'm kind of paying attention to, but not really, I could just do laps in the kitchen at 2 a.m. Because that's healthy. 2 a.m. Walking. Because when I wore a much younger man's clothes in the old town I used to live in, I used to do laps around the township at about 1 to 2 in the morning because I was a weird fucking nocturnal weirdo. Right? 2 a.m. is the perfect time to go to bed.
It absolutely is.
Yeah. I don't have a healthy relationship with sleep, so I would not take my advice on that.
Well, sometimes getting in more activity can really help with sleep as well. You got to have some times when you're putting in effort and other times when you're getting it all back. It's kind of just the natural cycle. Helps you sleep better if you've exhausted yourself.
Yeah. Which is, again, one of the things I am working at.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you're not the bad guy. I fluctuate between getting, a good 8 hours of sleep or sleeping for about 4 hours in a night. It depends on the time of year, the day of a week.
Sorry, very important. Mithril. We found Mithril.
Oh, hell yeah!
We are going to dig so greedily and so deep. There's also an expedition target over here. I'll handle it once I finish settling this cave.
Oh,
Mithril!
One of my old favorite appetite suppressants were cigarettes. Not that I recommend anyone smoke.
Yeah.
It is bad for your health.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole reason that this sounds like it would work for me is that apparently insulin levels affect your hunger levels a lot, and if you get rid of your the normal person's insulin sensitivity that we frequently have in the modern world, you reduce your hunger levels like crazy. So I'm giving it a try. We'll see if it actually works. It may just be some bro science I read somewhere, in which case, so long as I don't harm myself trying this for 2 weeks, I think we're okay.
And, again, your body's the best. So if your body's starting to have real big issues, you should stop. But I also, I get that, joint issues, because I also have some joint issues, but that's because I've always been a heavy set dude, and I have not treated my body very well.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and the great joke of our biology is that the more weight you gain, the more inflamed your joints get, which makes it harder to get moving. It's an uphill battle. We're not built to lose weight. It's not something our bodies are evolved to be able to do, and we just kind of have to hack our way to do it.
Yeah. So, and I mean, that's why I'm appreciating the supportive community we got going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, everyone do your best to be the best you that you can be, and that's about all I've got on that.
Absolutely. We can all suffer together.
Exactly. I mean, I forced you to suffer with me when I was quitting smoking.
True. Mostly because of the complaining.
Yes. And It was between that or complaining more about Warhammer Fantasy Battles. I don't know. Cigarette smoking left a lot easier because it's been ages, and I'm still mad about Warhammer Fantasy. And I even got a remaster of it, but the two factions that I play for the remaster aren't getting anything new.
Mm-hmm. Razorvine says, the body be like, lose weight? What's that? It's true. The body loses weight, and it's like, oh, okay, we're starving to death. I understand what's going on. We're literally dying.
Yeah. Oh man, that is an issue. With unsupported dumbbell exercise, just lie on the back. Okay, I will probably have to try that one of these days. I'm looking at picking up some dumbbells and barbells, smaller weights, just to have around my computer desk for when I'm being a lazy piece of shit and I don't want to leave.
Well, and you're a podcast junkie, so you can do it and listen to podcasts, and you'll be doing great.
I need to find some new podcasts that aren't hyper depressing, because all of the ones that I listen to, I've come to the conclusion is like, oh, maybe this is why I'm sad.
Yeah, that could do it.
I mean, there's only so many times I can go back to listening to episodes about Stalingrad and hearing dead Nazis to make myself feel better.
Just listening to the same episode over and over.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it, and I'm sorry, I broke the rule. I started talking about dead Nazis. So forgive me.
The one topic we said.
When I start talking about, I still need to check out the Revolutions podcast. It has been on my radar for a while. Mostly because I enjoy that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Thank you, chat. I forgot that I have access to a chat who can tell me podcasts.
Yes, chat. Give us your podcasts. Reveal your podcasts. Also, I'm very glad that I have Austin along for this stream. Can you imagine just me dancing like a monkey, trying to, entertain you all while these, provinces fill up with settlers?
I do love me some Behind the Bastards.
The problem is that is one of the depressive ones he listens to.
Yeah, that is a really depressing one, but I love it so much.
It's kind of my main pod, too.
Yeah.
Actually, Austin, have you listened to Hardcore History? There's some that aren't so evil.
I have tried to get into Hardcore History, but my issue is, I like them, but it's 4 hours of devoting my entire day.
I mean, you don't have to do it all in one go. I never do.
I know, I could space it out.
But you don't.
But I don't. well, that's not me. If I'm going hard.
Okay. All right.
I have heard of last podcast on the left, but I haven't actually listened to it.
Ooh, there's one that's just reading creepypastas. And this from a man who's supposed to be asleep, JS. Oh, Zoshbach says handful of nerds. That sounds like a pretty cool pod.
Hey, that does sound like a really good and interesting podcast. I mean, no relation to anything I do, but I recommend everyone listen to A Handful of Nerds. We're on YouTube.
Okay, hang on. We've got another expedition that we're finally ready to set up now. Danger level is...
JS is just enjoying his bedtime pizza, which I respect.
What is the crime? Eating a meal? Eating a succulent Chinese meal?
Yeah, JS is just Okay, this time, William, listen to him.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to them.
I'm listening.
Listen to them.
Hire mercs. Too
Mercs.
late. I already put the manpower in.
I have I've been trying to get into Age of Sigmar, but I have issues mostly because I'm a bitter old man.
Can confirm.
Who is still mad.
Furious, in fact, he's livid.
Yes, I've been mad about 8th edition getting canceled since, well, 8th edition got canceled about 30 years ago, give or take.
This chat is cozy. Yes, thank you for everyone here. It's the fact that like there's still like plenty of us here. If this was a small chat of like 6 people, like we would just be so bored here in the Serpent Spine waiting. Because EU4, fundamentally, this is a podcast game. You listen to a podcast while you play this. But in this case, we are our own podcast, all of us together.
Spearhead, quadruple 7. I'm sorry. For those who aren't in the know, for why I'm apologizing, I've never played Beastmen, but I've known enough about them. They got their entire army line axed from Age of Sigmar.
That's rough.
As a guy who had his entire game line axed, I get you. I am sorry. But you can play fucking the old world and rebase all of your models. Again, if you went from Warhammer 8th into AOS and you rebase your entire models, and now you gotta do it all over again because Games Workshop is a garbage company for garbage people. I count myself among the garbage people.
Naturally.
Yeah.
All the best garbage people realize their own garbage.
See, when I was a college student is when I started to get more into Warhammer because I had student loans, which means I had more money than I knew what to do with.
These student loans can fit so many figurines in them.
Yes, oh boy, howdy, they can, can't they? Will.
Wait, someone in the chat, who's playing EU4 Raw? No pod? Wordna, what? To 1821, you say, no pod. How?
Okay, go. We need to dissect this. We need to dissect this. Again, it does lean into the story. Actually, for Warhammer, I have, as of last week, I've gotten into a small group online for painting models, which has been nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I recommend: is you find some weird nerds on the internet to talk and paint with. It makes life so much easier.
It really does. You can get a lot done if you've just got a boring task and a bunch of people to talk to.
Yeah, because I don't have it in me, but back when I was much younger, like close to a decade ago, because I'm old as shit, I used to be able to just drink a couple of beers, listen to a podcast about Warhammer, and paint about 20 Skaven in a night. 20 to like 30.
We currently control 35% of the mithril on the entire planet.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah, we're dwarves.
Yeah, I also get playing my weird gacha dailies, because I still play Raid Shadow Legends because of some prick.
I know. I did one raid ad when I was desperate for money and very small, and it has ruined Austin's life ever since.
It has. I'm the victim here, guys. I am the victim. I have been playing Raid Shadow Legends coming on over 2 years now.
Okay. All right. We got an expedition thing now. As the expedition continued through the rocky cavern, they grew more and more frustrated. Treasures have been scarce. But even day by day, a seasoned sage of the Serpent Spine now remarks on strange traces in the rock. I suspect, she says, that we might have come upon a group of flail snails. That would explain the
Hell
recent
yeah.
lack of loot as these sluggish creatures consume all valuables that cross their paths. Excellent trackers if we fancy following them. Their shells are worth quite a bit of crowns as well if we wish to strike them down. I want that money. I want that money.
I recommend going for it. I remember it was our first D&D group. Not group.
We got that money.
MMO that we played.
Right.
We all had flail snails as a flail
Yes.
snail gang.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
I think that was
I
Neverwinter
remember-
Online where we got them
Yeah,
for free.
Yes. Man. I mean, I don't miss Neverwinter that much, but I might play it again.
I do miss the flail snail.
I do miss the flail snail.
Uh,
Sorry, after you, Will.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cameron was asking in the chat, people actually play Raid Shadow Legends. And, you know,
Yes.
that's the sad part is I played it a little bit for like 3 or 4 months after I did the ad. The problem is what they don't tell you, well, actually what they keep telling you, but what nobody believes, is it's actually kind of fun. And I'm not saying that as an ad, I'm saying it as in not even once, you know?
I mean, I've been playing it for coming on 2 years, and I still keep coming back. There are days where I am like, I think I'm done playing this game, and then I have nothing else better to do. Now, if you do, it is a game that will suck so much of your free time. To you don't realize how much time.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, thank you, wife. It is Will.
Hello, Austin wife.
Yeah, the wife brought me dinner because I have the best wife and I will fight people for it.
Dinner, what's that like?
It is a nice looking shepherd's pie sort of deal with some buttered buns and all over the potatoes and some hot sauce. It looks really good.
I've reached new levels of hunger.
It's probably all homemade. And I'll take a bite.
Oh, and Anbennar gotcha game. How many do you have to pull before you get Jad? Before you get Jadar? Okay, I'm gonna have to just like attack something to keep everyone entertained. We're getting close to the hold over here.
I don't know what the technical okay, so it is a cottage pie. It uses beef, but I will be right back while I eat, so nobody has to hear this.
I'm trying to pull Jadar, but I keep getting Ducanials and they're burning all my other cards. Yes, Austin's not gonna give us the ASMR of him eating. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I will not do that because I want Will to invite me back. And I want you people to like me. So, like, I don't know what you want from me.
Mm-hmm. So, chat, any questions about Europa Universalis or Anbennar so far? I know it probably looks pretty boring right now, but that's just because it's kind of a slow game. It's a slow strategic game. You listen to some podcasts, you listen to some music, and you just kind of think the grand strategy of it, and story events will happen. It's very chill. It's very relaxing. Once you've got the basic mechanics down, like, I could play infinite amount of this. What's my thought on the Dwarven Pantheon for the Dwarves? To be honest, I haven't played a lot in the Serpent Spine since that update. And the ones that I have played were mostly goblins since then. So I've not gotten to experience the new Dwarven Pantheon mechanics. It looks cool, though, although that disaster looks mean. Of course, they all look mean in the Serpent Spine. Yes, the best starting nation for Anbennar is Marhold. That's a great one to get involved in. That's the Warhammer fantasy faction, I'm telling you. How's our expedition looking? We're doing okay. We've already beaten our costs. Is there a Ducaniel was right faction? In terms of what? Okay, what's the most wacky story I've encountered in the game? Okay. So the weirdest one that I know of, and we've got some devs in here who can tell even more. The weirdest one I know is that there's a faction of dwarves who summon a comet made of beer to strike the planet. That's the weirdest one I know. That's probably the weirdest one in the whole mod. It would be harder. It would be hard to find wackier than that. And believe it or not, the harpy worshippers aren't really harpy worshippers. That was kind of just the funny way of putting it. That was kind of just the funny way to put it in the video. Specifically, there's an elf named Jadar, who he's like he from what I remember, he's polygamous and he has a couple harpy wives, and he, from all of this cultural contact, reforms the sun cult of Bulwar into a racially tolerant religion and begins spreading it all over the world. Okay, send some scouts, get that loot. I don't think this is too much longer of an expedition. People were also asking a lot in the comments about the state-mandated orc girlfriends. That's the nation of Frozen Ma, which becomes Grombar. And their whole thing is they are orcs who rule over a bunch of human territory. And in order to try and prevent rebellion, you can kind of like force the entire noble caste to marry into orc families so that the entire nobility becomes half-orc. Hence, state-mandated orc girlfriends. What do I want here? Stability. It's hard to make decisions while I'm also watching chat. Cartels, production efficiency, global trade, advisor cost. I like advisor cost. Stability's also good. Drill, marchers. Let's get some cartel action. Oh wait, no, I should check what the factions do. That was a trap right there. Pioneers. Yeah, we like pioneers. Fortune seekers. Yeah, let's empower the pioneers. We're reclaimers. Other weird things. Oh yeah, the Boic tribes gained the back end of reality. Honestly, the Ruinborn of Norwin are really cool. I'm excited for one day when their short trees get expanded. Send them back out. We got our guys back. Cool, the expedition worked. We've got lots of money and everything now. And this seems like a good opportunity for me to take a quick bathroom break. I will be right back, you guys. Oh, yeah, and in Haraf they get dune worms and dune references and everything. Anyway, yeah, I'll be right back.
And don't worry, I'm still here watching over everyone. So don't get too crazy in the chat. Or don't let me tell you how to live your best life. I'm not your supervisor.
Hello, I'm back. It's just dawned on me that I think I've had the tech levels for a while to... Oh, no, okay. Once I'm one more tech up, we can stop being generic Dwarven adventurers, and we can actually become the dwarf hold of Cugdir. Now, all of the dwarf holds that you can discover across the whole Serpent Spine, we could have actually like adventured way far down and settled in either one of these holds or others everywhere else. And you actually like gain a different storyline depending on which dwarf hold you decide to play as. In this case, we're playing as Cugdir because they're very connected to the continent of Canor, which is important because that is what that's what I've briefed my audience on. So I wanted a little bit of familiarity. You think I should push into the tree a little more? I mean, I'm gonna get the cavernous hold.
You should push into the tree some more.
I'll get the cavernous
eating my very,
hold.
very lovely dinner. It was very good.
Excellent. Glad to hear.
The wife put in like the right amount of hot sauce for me. It was perfect.
Lovely. Hot sauce.
Yeah, I love me some hot sauce.
What was your meal?
It was, I think somebody corrected me. It was a cottage pie.
A cottage pie.
Because it used beef.
I don't associate cottage pie with hot sauce, but that does actually sound kind of good.
I have a problem. I put hot sauce on everything.
I also put hot sauce on everything. You're in good company.
Is that why we get along so well?
Exactly. That's the only reason.
Yeah. nothing else that we do or talk about is why we get
no
along.
other reason. And we have built our first cannon. It's going to be a while before the cannons actually get to be good. But we do have a cannon now. Or rather, we will when it's done.
Sheep meat is for shepherd's pie. Actually, I don't think I have access to a lot of sheep here.
Not in AB.
Yeah, I mean, I probably, if I go to an actual butcher, I can probably get it.
Yeah, it's not around. Do you like sheep? I quite like it.
I honestly, I don't know. I haven't had enough sheep to have a really good opinion on it. Bison's pretty good though.
Bison? I think I've only had bison a couple times, but yeah, it was good.
I'm not a fan of boar. I tried boar once. Was not a fan. It was too gamey for me.
We're both going to have sodium issues. For what?
Man, see, I eat way too much ramen to worry about my sodium intake. I'm going to die one day, and I know it.
I don't use that much hot sauce.
I mean, I don't add hot sauce to my my ramen anymore.
Do you do hot sauce and chicken tendies?
Oh, of course.
Mix it up with some sour cream. So good.
Yeah, I actually lied. I do hot sauce with my ramen, but only when I'm doing my weird peanut butter ramen, which I know everyone's gonna judge me for, but it's really good, gang. Just trust me on this. What you gotta do is you gotta cook up some ramen, some of not the Mr. Noodles, but the bigger pack ones. You cook that up as per directions, and in a separate bowl, you add in 2 large spoonfuls of peanut butter. You put in some sriracha in there to taste. Some soy sauce. You mix that all together. You drain your noodles.
Add hot sauce to hot sauce. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then you mix that all together, and it is so good, and it's filling, and it's cheap. It's like a $1.50 meal. All things considered, it's so that's why I like it, because I'm poor as shit.
Someone says I should steal maps. I never steal maps, but I'm going to steal maps now because I want to see the world.
It does sound like prison food, but nothing wrong with some prison food.
Prisoners gotta eat.
And I mean, I looked at the recipe for doing prison McFlurries, and those seemed pretty good.
That checks out to me.
Mmm.
Yeah, the Mithril Arm Cartel got seriously messed up this playthrough.
Yeah.
They're stuck. They've got one little home, not even in the Serpent Spine.
However, the one prison food-related product I do not recommend is Bruno. It's not good. It's never been good. Don't make Bruno, kids.
Wait, until we can go into space. Is this a Victoria 3 mechanic? Are we getting some space colonization in the Victoria 3 version? That would be incredible. I heard we're getting Primeval Serpent Spine, which I'm already excited by. No, we're not getting it? Oh, for EU4 we're getting space? What? How? How are you adding this? Oh, expeditions to space. Where will that be set up? Is that an Aelin tier thing? Is that a gnomish hierarchy thing?
Do not check out Prison Hooch. It is not worth it. Yeah, brewing your own mead has actually been something that has been on my list of
In
things to do.
Helless, they're going to... Anbennar's version of Asia can into space, and I am very excited for it.
Hell yeah.
In the valley? Okay, how do I explain the valley to chat?
How do you explain the valley to me? Because I don't know what the hell a valley is. Well, I understand the concept of the valley, but I don't know what the valley is.
So there was this portion on the map that looked like it should have something in it. It was this big, open, beautiful valley, and people every 6 hours in the Reddit would ask, "What's this valley? Why isn't there anything in it?" And it was just like an empty valley because it was awaiting content. And it almost became a meme, people asking about the valley. And now we know that the valley is going to have space travel in it.
Hell yeah. That is right. Make sure if you're making your own mead or alcohol at home, follow your local laws and restrictions.
Absolutely. You can only make what you're allowed to make.
Yeah. And I'm not even going to throw in my trademark words I normally follow up with that. Follow your local laws, kids. Or don't.
I was shaken when I found out there were hobgoblins in that valley. Hobgoblins, kind of like a huge deal in Anbennar, because they're all like this giant samurai culture. And
yeah,
because so the green tide came pouring out of this end of the Serpent Spine. At the far other end, in the Asian kind of region, the hobgoblins came pouring out of the other side in a massive military formation called the Command. And the other thing with the Command is, unlike the green tide, the Command didn't fail. They're still around, and they're like the great threat that everyone needs to face right now. They're the number one world power. And they're like they basically they've got full control of all the hobgoblins, or they did until we recently learned that there's more of them in the valley, which is very
may
cool.
or may not be going to space.
Yes. Can I play as the Green Tide and the Command? I mean, you can play as the Command. The Green Tide doesn't quite exist anymore because it's been defeated. But if you play as one of the Northern Orc factions, I believe you form a nation called Khosrugan, which seeks to, do the Green Tide again. So, kind of.
Now, I guess I do have one more question for species.
Yeah.
My other faction for Warhammer Fantasy is Ogre Kingdoms. Are ogres playable?
Are
Can I
ogres?
be an
Yes.
ogre?
Yep.
Okay.
There are several types of ogres. Actually, like just like kind of over here on the map, there's a bunch of ogres, and one of them is like a big like feudal state that will begin to industrialize. It's called Magharma. There's another one in this area that will attempt to eat all of Canor if you play as them.
Hell yeah.
But the real fun ones are the ones in Hellas. There's the horned ogres called the Oni. And they have like overcome their hunger by instead feeding upon psychic energy. And their goal is to like destroy all of the temples that are holding the great spirits and consume them all. They're so much fun. They're one of my favorite tags in the whole mod. I'm probably going to do a second Anbennar video at some point, and the Oni are one of the factions I will be playing.
Well,
If not them,
there's-
then playing as Beyond Fang. One of the two.
there is no time like the present, Will.
Well, I'm not doing it right now.
Why not? The day is still young. We can do it. Right now.
We don't have time for both.
Why, we always have time for both.
So you say. But by the
Make
time we
time.
reach the main menu,
Yeah, fair enough.
this
enough.
game loads slow.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it to go on sale on Steam so I can pick up EU4 and then subscribe because I am super interested in this.
And it's perfect because you're a podcast guy, and this is the perfect game to play with podcasts.
Hell yeah.
Okay, our tunnels are almost done. We have almost got access to whoever is over here. Yeah, I also haven't played the Oni since the Spirit Tide has been added. I really want to. Firebringer, you picked the mod back up and immediately played as Blue Scales. Incredible.
That might actually help if I put Europa Universalis on my wish list.
That would help, and then you can look out for sales and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Fox Nation. I wanted to play them a while ago, but they were bugged back then. I'm gonna have to try it
Wait.
again at some point.
Wait. There is a Fox Girl Nation, and here this. I'm hearing about this now.
Sort of. I didn't get very far in them, so I don't know all their lore. But they're this nation where like the queen is like spirit guided by a greater fox spirit. That's like its patron saint. And they've got a bunch of interactions with the Spirit Tide when all of the temples in Hellas break down and the spirits break free.
Is there a Drow or Dark Elf faction?
No, there is not. That is the one thing that they've like super diverged from D&D is
Okay.
the lead dev Jay Bean is quite insistent that there will never be Drow.
We have another. Are there snake people or Nagas?
I don't know that there's Nagas. They probably exist like as like not a civilization. I'm sure they're around as monsters somewhere maybe. There are lizard men though, and they're Nagas do exist. Where are they found? Are they in Sarhal? Are they in Oh, they're a type of lizard folk. Understood. So they're in Sarhal then.
Hell yeah. What else has been asked?
Oh, and they're
Are the-
important to the lizard folk too. Okay.
Hell yeah. There's a priestly cast. All right. I will check that out. That is one of the ones, the Eternal Winter one Will was talking to me about a little bit ago. And
Yeah.
that is also up there on maybe one of my first tries of this.
That sounds good. I would stick with something pretty vanilla for your first playthrough while you're learning the mechanics. Again, Vern is a great start. Marhold's also really good.
Yeah, but I also hate myself, so I'm gonna dive right in and suffer.
Okay.
You should know me by now. I enjoy suffering.
I guess I should know that by now.
Yeah, again, let it go. Let it go. Hell yes. 90% of my territory stuck in winter and useless. That sounds right up my alley.
Gawed is actually more fun than I think it has a reputation of being. It's just like I feel like it needs a little facelift. It needs another pass to add a lot of like mechanics on it, like industrializing really fast. But yeah, it's a pretty cool nation as well.
And what is that?
Oh, so Gawed is like this massive northern kingdom that's like Lawrence's greatest rival, and they're based off of like the North from Game of Thrones, and their whole thing is they've got like really like it's really cold and desolate up there, but there are a lot of people in Gawed, and they've kind of been like a hardened people who've suffered for a long time, and they've always just been of the opinion that like we have nothing, everyone else has everything, therefore we're not really in the wrong if we go seize stuff from the people who have everything. So they're just frequently conquering everything with their vast numbers, and they get a bunch of like over the span of the game, they actually finally for the first time start having stuff in their homeland because they industrialize really fast, and they've got just hilarious amounts of coal. They literally turned their river black.
No, you smell.
Oh, hey, Jordan.
I smell great. I took a shower.
No, I'm sorry, everybody, but Jordan's here. He's got the inside scoop. Co-host smells.
I took a shower earlier. It smelled like I got into a fist fight with a goddamn great pine forest.
Oh,
great.
Shit. Everybody race to the Cug Deer. It is about to be attacked. Oh, can we talk more about the colonialist gnomes?
We love...
Yeah.
Like I said, I smell like I got into a fist fight with the pine forest because of my soap. Great.
So the gnomes are pretty neat in that they start out like exiled from their homeland, the Dragon Coast, which is where they built their hierarchy for centuries. But it all got stolen from them by kobolds a few hundred years ago. And they've been living in exile on small islands ever since, just like trying to invent a way to get their homeland back. And they've invented artificery, and they're ready to take it back. And once they have it, they build like a massive industrial state, and they can start colonizing Aelintir as well, especially kind of the cold northern reaches. They also do need a bit of a facelift, I think. They're a very good old tag, but they don't quite live up to some of the new stuff that's been designed. Whoever did it originally did great work, but yeah, the new content's just so high quality that it needs a little bit to catch up, I think.
Yeah, kobolds are kind of adorable, depending on like the setting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Ooh. Hansai is we're getting recommended.
Hansai? Oh, Hansai's
Yeah.
neat, yeah.
Yeah.
Hansai, if it's the one I'm thinking of. So you know how, like, when a king dies, succession's like really turbulent, and it's kind of a tough time, and there's like civil wars and stuff.
Yeah.
What if the king died and just said, "I'm still the king. I'm just a ghost now."
Oh, kind of like one of my favorite characters, Lord Croak from Warhammer Fantasy Battles, who
And then-
died.
Yeah, and then like his like, and then the problem's like, all of his sons are like, wait, but hold on, you're dead now. I'm king. Let's have a civil war over that.
That's just rude. He's still the king.
He's still the king.
kicking
He's
it.
not done with it yet.
I will check out Gold Scale Kobolds because I do like adorable kobolds.
They're the friendship
yeah.
kobolds.
So the be-all, end-all for Lord Croak, because this is also the only time I get to talk about Warhammer Fantasy to a captive audience who can't leave,
Mhm.
is Lord Croak's big thing is he was dead. He's been dead for a long time. Until one day he just stopped being dead. He made the positive life choice of being alive again, and well, it worked out great for him because he and all of his buddies got onto a spaceship and left.
That does
And
sound
that's
like it
what-
worked out.
That is what happened to the Lizardmen in Warhammer Fantasy: The End Times. And no, Jordan, you are stuck here forever. Yeah, Lord Croak just said no to dying, and it worked for him, which is great because he was already dead.
You know, what's kind of funny, though, with Hansai, from my understanding, is to a lesser degree, that's actually just how the Inca Empire, like, did their succession, was that they just didn't do it. They were just like, oh yeah, that guy died. All of his shit is still his. You can't take it. What are you going to do with it? That's stealing. Just because he's dead doesn't mean you can steal his shit. So, like, they had all these problems with, like, every time the king died, they had to build a new palace because the next king couldn't take it because it belonged to the old king, you know?
because he was still kicking it. Yeah, so Skaven crashed the moon into the planet, achieving all of their goals, and the old world is supposed to be pretty good. I haven't had a chance to try it yet. Not because I'm mad about it or anything, it's just I hate leaving the house. There are people out there, and people scare me. But I have recently started a new Grey Knights army to force myself to leave the house.
Okay, I've made an executive decision. I think I'm not going to try and pull more stuff out of the temporary focus tree here. And okay, I'm going to get extended borders. And maybe... I'm going to get extended borders, resettling the Serpent Spine, and then we're forming into Cugdeer, and we're getting all of our story missions.
Hell yeah, that's what we're here for.
Which shouldn't be too much longer to do.
Yeah, we're here to save the world, and I don't know.
Oh, we're not here to save the world. We're here to get rich.
All right, we're here to. Yes, there are ways to play war games without leaving the house, but that requires me to hang out with Zoshbox for like a couple of hours every other week. So that is just way too much work.
Oh, you're right. Not forgetting to use my spy network. Let's steal some maps of the Northern Pass. Look at that! We've got the Northern Pass now.
Hell yeah.
It is empty. So very empty.
But yeah, I have done some 40k online a couple of times through Tabletop Sim. I just don't know how well fantasy battles would work with how the UI goes for Tabletop Sim.
Did my hold lose a bunch of development? What has happened here?
Somebody probably robbed our development.
How did
So
this happen?
what are dwarves' end goal and end game / goals are is the question we were getting. Asked.
Their end goal is to restore the old Dwarven Empire, and to take back all of their holds from the goblins and rebuild them. Yeah, this is... They've been exiled from their homeland for, in some cases, thousands of years. And this is them now finally attempting to take it back, because it is only now just empty enough of orcs to get back in.
Yeah, because the green tide happened, so all the orcs came pouring out of the mountains,
Aha!
and now we are here to, make things right.
Speaking of orcs, we have discovered that the ones in this hold are the Siegebreaker clan.
Of orcs, right?
Of orcs, yes.
Man, they were the Siegebreaker clan. Well, they were the Siegebreaker clan.
Not for much longer. Oh, although I've just lost my temporary modifier, so I have to disband some troops, because we can no longer support as many. We no longer have all that sweet funding.
It does seem like just about everyone in the world has been exiled, which is kind of not great.
Yeah, it's a setting where a lot of people have been exiled.
I mean, exile is a pretty common trope for fantasy, so, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And, name me somebody badass who hasn't been exiled. Don't actually do that because there's a lot of options, but,
Okay, we must develop this hold even farther. Oh god! There's so many orcs! So many orcs!
That is so many orcs. I think we need more cannons, Will.
I think we're gonna leave this unpopulated until we have built up a few more dwarves. Okay, so let's check out what's going on in Escan right now. Looks like the humans are doing a better job than they usually do.
That's good.
Not many orcs in the west here. In the east, we've got the usual suspects: Bladebreaker, Heartgrinder. Severdeer's not doing so great. This looks like it is a pretty human-dominated Escan this game. And Korintar, how are you doing? Why are you over here? What a weird place for them to be. Yeah, Korintar, not gonna pop off in this game by the looks of it. They're gonna stay pretty small.
We got humans coming in.
Yeah,
I think we saw some human migrants come in. I don't know how I feel
somewhere.
about that.
They can be in here. They're just hanging out in a cave.
Humans are weird. They're tall and they touch stuff.
They do that, but they also bring money.
I mean, I know what you're all gonna say is some of the best people you know are humans, but come on.
Mm-hmm.
Dwarf are strong together.
Why is Mithril Arms
Right,
Cartel
they do
not disbanding
demand-
their shit?
They do demand sunlight and air, and it's wrong. I agree.
It's a problem.
It's why
In
I've
my
given
serpent spine?
I've given up sunlight years ago, and I've been all the better for it.
Okay. I haven't been building where I should be. Let's do some building.
All right, let's do some building.
Let's richify our hold. We must build up Cugdeer and grow one more size.
Unhappiness among the peasantry,
As per usual.
as per usual.
Build faster. Oh yeah, Wordna's right. There's a lot of like really cool story and flavor, just like in the unit descriptions of each ones. Like these ones we're using right now, their whole thing is they've got these like big interlocking shields and they fight in a phalanx underground. It's quite cool.
Oh yeah, dude. I do like that as a concept. It's honestly one of my issues with a lot of dwarves when it comes to fantasy is the entire use of gunpowder underground never made any sense to me.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get gunpowder, but we're not there yet.
Well, by gunpowder, like I'm talking black powder, but just as a general rule of thumb, because like it produces a lot of smoke, and there's not a lot of area for that to go when you're underground.
Fair enough. We are doing a ton of that in this setting. The only reason we aren't right now, though, is just because we haven't invented it all yet.
Well, it's just one of my weird things, because I'm a weird little guy, and that's one thing that just is always weird to me.
More mithril.
Not that I mind, because sub caves are huge, but I just, because I mean, I love my dwarves with gunpowder. It's how I run my dwarves in fantasy.
Okay, what
But it
else?
does make a lot of sense for them to do crossbows and ballistae
Ooh.
over gun.
Yeah, for now. For now. If you can be dwarf with gun, then be dwarf with gun.
Well, absolutely. Oh, yeah, that is a good point. And that is going to be one of the other weird things when it comes to gunpowders underground and firing cannons and shit, is, well, like, cave-ins and shit are a thing that allegedly happened. I don't know, because I am a surface-dwelling creature. I don't belong underground.
You're surface dwelling? I learned just something new about you now.
Yes, I'm an above grounder, if you will.
That's so weird. That's not how I expected.
Yeah. You've been to my house. I don't have a basement, Will.
It's true. Well, I thought like,
Well,
I don't know. I just thought you didn't.
Dwarven
It's like, most people don't invite people into their bedrooms when they have guests, right? I just thought that's what was going on with the underground.
I mean, did you want to come into my bedroom? Like that was an option.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's always an option, Will. But yeah. So dwarf tunnels would probably be fine, but I'm talking goblin tunnels. Can't trust those things. Inferior craftsmanship.
Okay.
Cave in if you look wrong.
Fair enough. I can get behind that opinion.
Because dwarfs.
Oh yeah. Wait, dwarves?
Yes. What about dwarfs? We love dwarves.
It's so funny you bring up dwarves right now. I'm actually playing as dwarves right now in Anbennar.
Oh shit!
What a coincidence!
This is the first time I've heard about this. Always fort your holds, kids. It's just good advice no matter where you are.
Mm-hmm. So, by the way, guys, we're probably going to play for another half hour, 45, form into Cugdeer. Then we're going to save the rest of the stream for another day. I am getting sieged out by my hunger, and I will become cranky for no reason soon.
Wow, and I mean, as much as I personally love Will yelling at me for no reason, it does kill me a little bit on the inside.
Razorvine thought I was just poking at a map. No, I am just poking at a map, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is what he does.
This is what I do for fun. I just point at a map. Unironically, though. And
I mean, yeah, I do like that about Terry Pratchett. I still need to actually read a lot of the Discworld because I have not. It was not made an option to me as I was growing up.
I've never read any Discworld. It does look good.
Yeah,
I hear it's
remember.
quite... Oh, go ahead.
one of our buddies is it talks about this world every once in a while. A good old Zoshbox brings it up.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Like it's not his main go-to thing. It's mostly complaining about guard kill teams from the Zoshbox.
Has anyone read Malazan? I am working on it right now. I'm on book 2. Finally made it past Gardens of the Moon. Bit of a tough read, that first one.
It's on my list of things to start reading, but the one time I went to a bookshop, it did not have it.
Ah. Yeah, it's tough, let me tell you. Malazan is a slog. Book 2's your favorite. Yeah, that's the one I'm on. I'm enjoying it a lot better than the first. That was kind of the thing I went in prepared for, though. Everyone was like, yeah, he just was kind of a weird writer when he was writing the first one, so just have some patience, and you'll get a lot better in book 2. And that has been my experience so far. Yeah, Malazan's show don't tell, but goes too far with it. I can agree with that to a degree.
We were talking about you, Zoshbox, and how you complain about guard kill teams.
Yes.
It's about the one between that and me complaining about the boss stones dying. But I will not get into that here.
Kind of sounds like you want to get into it here.
Oh, no. There is some issues with that I can talk to you after the stream. But Mighty Boss Stones, really good band. I recommend them. However, they're not a band anymore. They broke up. And if we're talking about music, the World Inferno Friendship Society needs more listeners. The front man, Jack Terracloth, unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. So we can never go see him live, but I think the band is still performing every once in a while. Real good music. It's hard to put them into any kind of specific category.
Got it. Malazan feels better when shit's hitting the fan. I can appreciate that. I sometimes it hits the fan a little bit too fast, and it's like, oh, I'm just attempting to like figure out who these characters are, and now they're all in danger. I don't even know whose side they're on yet, you know?
I wish I could see him on Alive with the power of necromancy. Thank you, scientist. Imagine. Ooh, shit. That sounds actually right up my alley. I'm gonna go. Because I like the music.
Okay.
I have been re-listening to a lot of Clutch again. Very good time, very hard rock.
We are going in debt to dig more.
I have not, but I'm unfortunately not much of a reader besides some 40k stuff.
The character list becomes even more unwieldy. I am not looking forward to that. It's quite difficult. I started listening to 10 Very Big Books, a podcast that's like reading along to Malazan with you, and it's quite validating to see other people really confused at what's going on, because I am just lost a lot of the time. So this here, my fine folks, ruled over by a clan called the Shattered Crown. Ruled over by an orc clan called the Shattered Crown. This is Amaldir. This was the capital of the Dwarovar. And you can see it is not one dwarven hold, but 4 of them combined. So
we need to take that.
We need to take that. We got to work our way over. The bridge over is here. So we're still a ways over. But we're going to start working towards getting to that crown. And yeah, we will retake the home of our ancestors. Yeah, the Shattered Crown, they have their own mission tree and story, but it's no longer considered to be canon, unfortunately. It's been retconned. We're going even more in debt.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I apparently have a bunch of Willwood stuff already saved on my Spotify playlist. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah, we got to take Mithradum. We've got to take Horaz Oraldum. There's a bunch of holds here that we can take over. There's also Orlazum Asdir up here. This was my first playthrough in the Serpent Spine. These are the if you found a hold here, you become like the ram dwarves who ride like ram cavalry, and they specialize in it. We all ride ram cavalry, but they're the best at it.
Hell yeah! That's again, I had issues with the Hobbit movies.
Yeah, but that was cool when the ram cavalry charged.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rad as shit.
Sometimes you just gotta let dudes rock.
Well, yeah. Yeah, dudes do rock.
They can rock, and when they do, they rock. A shrimp fried that rice?
Wait, shrimp fried rice?
Yeah, shrimp fried rice.
Can shrimp fry rice?
Chat. Can shrimp fry rice, chat? Chat, is this real?
Is this a thing? Am I losing my mind here? Do they rock as in the bird?
Yes, they rock as in the bird.
And yes, Ram Cavalry can definitely be goated. I appreciate that. Give yourself a gold star. Well, can I give people gold stars?
Yes, but you have to be in charge of the delivery.
Oh yeah, I can't do that. That's above my pay grade. But if you want, you can give yourself a gold star. I will issue that.
Rubber stamping the gold star.
Yes.
Can rice fry shrimp? Who would win?
Oh.
Rice or shrimp? Who fries who?
That is a hard. To walk in hand and fried this rice. And 18 naked dwarves at Rand Ranch. All right. Well, I think that's pretty close to the side that what you call twins. Got our first Ram Ranch reference, so I think that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think that's when we call it a night.
We're not calling it a night yet. We've got to refound the hold first.
Refine the.
The Siegebreaker orcs have left their hold abandoned. So if I can settle fast enough, I can just drop a colonist on top of it.
It would be a shame if somebody were to park in there.
Someone reclaimed it.
I don't honestly know, but that sounds about right.
Oh my god. Okay, we're being attacked. Oh my god.
Oh, by who? Oh.
By Bladebreaker. This isn't good. Do they have allies in here? No. Okay, we can work with this. We can work around this. So long as they rush towards Cugdeer, we should be fine. Where they go? Oh fuck, they're hunting down my guys. Shit. Fuck. Okay. This is very bad. This is incredibly bad.
Like, how bad is it? Like,
This may be campaign ending.
oh.
Okay, alright. I think I got this. All I need is for them to attack Cugdeer. I've got them split.
We're being told to give your boys a general?
They do have a general. Oh shit, they don't have a general. Fuck.
Should probably give him a general.
They had a general a second ago. Okay, well, now they've got a new general with some added army XP. Or with some added tradition. The game is not telling me to call it a night. The game says keep going. The game says you got this.
We believe in you.
We've won 2 battles against the orc without even a general. They're calling in their allies now. This is so bad.
For them, because now we have a general.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna settle down in Bladebreaker Pass and wait for all this to blow over.
You can grab an idea, it might help. I don't know what that means, but you know, it might help.
Maybe. Where's my tech at? I would be better off saving the tech for the next tech level.
Okay. So this is why you hang out. This is why you play games with the chat. So I can tell you, it can give ideas. I like that.
Well, normally I'm paying a lot more. It's kind of give and take, because normally I can afford to pay a lot more attention to the game without a chat. Whereas with a chat, I need chat to make up for... I need chat to not be dead weight, basically.
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm basically...
No, you're new to this.
Yeah, I am the dead weight. And I do love the fact that the Ogre Cav is just running ogres who run fast.
Yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love my Mournfang Cav. I don't think I need more of them. If I recall, I got my 4 that I really need.
Okay, we're holding down the pass. We're okay. We're not cooked. Not yet. All we need to do is hold down till they're willing to give us a white piece. I did not expect they would attack us here.
Razorvine, I do hope that normally he would notice that he did not have a
I
general,
normally do, yeah.
But, you know, I'm not here to tell him how to live his best life.
This is not my best life, Austin. This is my worst life.
Oh.
Anything
boy,
in the Dwarovar is not anyone's best life.
Man, I could ruin this in so many ways, but I'm not going to, because that's what friends are for. William, that is what friends are for.
Oh, God. We just hold, and we wait.
Yeah, what else am I could do besides more fucking raid chat? Oh, God. I started doing more of a fortress, Will.
The fortress? Is that the new thing you were telling me about?
No, oh God, no. There's so many new things, Will.
Okay.
Will, there's a cursed city now. There's a new dungeon boss. I'm fighting Odin, the Allfather. There are sieges involved.
Austin, you're not telling hundreds of people, or well, 100 people about Raid Shadow Legends without getting paid for it.
Okay, that is fair. Don't play Raid Shadow Legends until they start giving me money. Me personally. Or, paying for my subscription and shit. Whichever comes first. I'll take either or. Like, I need them diamonds. Need them gems, gang. But I will tell you a bit more about Warhammer Fantasy if you like.
I feel like even if we don't like.
Hey, I don't care about what you do or do not like, as long as the chat cares about Warhammer Fantasy.
Okay.
By the chat cares, I mean literally one person. I contracted raids a few years ago. It's really bad.
Okay, so this is the one part here where I might save scum. Okay.
Okay, we're safe.
We're going to upgrade our army to the next tech level.
Okay.
And we're going to change our units to the better ones, but that's going to mean they lose all of their morale. So if we get attacked right here now while our morale is low, I'm reloading. Yep, okay, I'm reloading.
I also enjoy some Warhammer 40k. I just have issues with 40k, mostly you could have retreated, apparently.
I could have retreated. I had them in such a nice choke point where, like, none of our territory is siege down.
Which is fair. But yeah, fucking Warhammer Fantasy is pretty rad. If it's what you're into. And good on you. I enjoyed Total Warham's. Will does not. No matter how often I try to convince him to play, because it'll be fun, Will, it'll be fun.
Again, I've told you, I'm an old school Total War player going back to the 90s, and the series is just not what it used to be, and I can't love it. I cannot love it. I look at that child and I say, it's not my child.
Will, change is good.
I got the paternity test, and Total Warhammer is not my child.
Okay.
It is not my Warhammer.
You will not. Yeah, of course it's not your Warhammer. You're a Total War
It's
fan.
not my Total War.
Nerd. Just play it, Will. Just play it.
Yeah, okay. Just play it.
2?
Rome or Medieval 2? Medieval 2. That's my answer. I know I'm against the grain there, but I played a lot more of it.
I love me some Medieval 2. I played the shit out of it. I really liked I played one game of Vampire Counts back in the day at a buddy's place, and I had one unit of ghosts that tied up one of his infantry blobs for the entire game. It was amazing.
Welcome to the wonderful world of me slowly paying off my debts.
I gotta disagree, but I just am a big fan of Total Warhammer.
Okay.
But, you know.
They have left. This is the time for me to upgrade.
Did you save?
No.
Alright.
Shit! Fuck! No!
Save. I told you to save, man, didn't I? Did I not tell you to save?
You did tell me to save. I thought I was safe there. What a ripoff. It's fine. We'll hold down right here instead. They will go around, maybe. Actually, I'm going to let them go and siege down my hold. Go attack the hold. Go have fun. If you go attack the hold, then I can just show up. Oh god, that's a lot of orcs. Why? Are you willing to? No. Alright. We're going to engage defensive maneuvers. I actually don't think I can take this many orcs. So what I'm instead going to do is I'm going to stack up all of my defense here. And I'm going to rush to their capital and see if I can siege it down faster.
Alright.
I have plus 100.
Time?
Yeah, it's attrition time.
Alright. Willing.
Worth a barrage? It's definitely worth a barrage. Oh, okay. I've pulled them away from my capital now. Come on. Nope. Okay, retreat. Yeah, I know. 109% is... Well, hey, we're at 160, actually. I don't know where we got that extra 50 suddenly, but we got it. We got Balgar the Builder. What do they want? To surrender? I could probably get away with just giving them Asra depths, but I think I need that for my mission tree. Oh, wait a second. We've got a nice little vulnerable siege force up here. Would be a shame if someone squashed it. Oh no, they're running. Ah. What a time to not be able to save scum.
Yeah, it is a shame.
I think I can get away with this. I think I can get away without losing anything in this war. Okay, they're all running away. I'm taking down this group. We're picking them off. Oh, shit.
Yeah. They're
Go
going to
slow.
Get their general.
You, go slow. Go slow. God, they're too fast. They regrouped. But we did kill some orcs.
Only where are we when it comes to steam-powered trains?
What do you
Dwarf
mean?
tunnels.
In dwarf tunnels, we're for it.
Yeah, but where are we on the tech tree? Do we have trains yet?
Not for a long, long time.
Okay. Oh, electric trains. That's
Yep.
nice. I like electric trains.
We just get to skip the whole steam era.
Oh, hell
We're
yeah.
dwarves. We don't need it. What?
Oh.
This tablet speaks of a god. Do you think it's Arukus? Arukus? Or Arukus?
Mm,
I think it's Arukus.
going with the Rukus. Which one was it?
It was Arukus.
Holy shit.
Oh, I was supposed to be picking how to pronounce it.
Oh.
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 Okay.
Did you
Everyone's
screw up?
laughing at me because I mispronounced the name. That's not familiar to a YouTuber, is it?
Hey man, I had to try to read names for this, and I didn't see anyone making fun of me, so I like that. You know, to ruin my poor self-esteem. And I guess since I still have chat here, is anyone in chat a fan of zombie movies? I'm looking for some new ones to
Shit.
add to my repertoire.
Fuck.
Preferably like weird and obscure ones, because I watched a lot of the mainstream stuff.
Okay, that's a stack wipe. We are save scumming this time.
Okay.
We just lost everything.
Oh,
we
that
lost
is
the
not
entire
good.
army. We're reloading
that
that
is less
one.
than ideal.
We can reload that one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, at this point, I am considering.
Hey Joe, want to watch a zombie movie? Probably. Is that a movie?
Can I?
Oh
just want-
yeah, I've watched a little bit of Roanoke games. Not as much as I'd like.
Peace in our time, everyone. All I have to do is pay them tribute.
Oh, and Wild Zeroes is insane, and I love Wild Zeroes.
Peace in our time.
It had a
Zosh,
drinking
it may
game.
be an L today, but it's a W tomorrow.
The DVD cut of Wild Zeros, in fact, had a drinking game on the DVD that I would like to get my hands on, but I do not think that will ever happen.
Okay.
Because I'm just that kind of a fucking weirdo. I really want a DVD copy of Wild Zeros so I can play along with the drinking game.
Oh, man. Hammer home. Let's be friends. I need allies.
You probably do. Oh,
Okay.
yes.
So our bonus goals we were going to get before forming Cugdir just got delayed a decade by that war. So I am going to found Cugdir now.
Now, good call.
We are now Cugdir. Our map color is different. We have this lovely new flag. We get a bunch of new ideas, new traditions.
Dope.
And on top of that, we now have this big storyline now to go through for the Cugdir hold. So this is where we are going to pick up next time. We have reclaimed Cugdir hold. We have defended our homeland from the Bladebreaker orcs. We are prepping to take back another hold from the Siegebreaker clan. And this looks like it will be a much easier fight. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is where we're going to end it. Thank you all so much for watching today, everybody. I hope to see you next one. I will have to look at my schedule and decide when we're going to do this. I probably won't have a ton of time to do these too frequently, but maybe once or twice a week. Please like the video if you haven't already. And yeah, I appreciate you all being here. I know Europa Universalis can be a little slow.
Yeah.
But the first 50 years in the Dwarovar are the slow period. It will speed up a lot from here. So I will see you guys in the next one.
Yeah. Thank you, chat, for welcoming me, and do check out the Discord.
Yes.
And the Anbennar Discord. They are, from everything I have ever been told, really nice over there. So go be
lovely.
nice over there. Yeah.
All right. Nice talking to you guys. Goodbye.